Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Apologies for being late today. I didn't get back to the gym until, man, I don't know what time it was. It was getting on for 11. And then I had the longest, pause to be able to go live then. I was sending data to YouTube and, the, little go live tab. That was just grayed out for ages. Come on, we're waiting. So, I am restreaming today, but I'm not doing it through restream, so restream chat won't work. But I want to do it because the video producer thing for the downloading on Twitch is just better. The quality seems shit when I download videos through YouTube. It just doesn't look as good. So, yeah. But you won't be able to see Twitch, and Twitch won't be able to see you. So, apologies if I miss your comments over on Twitch, guys. Alright? Come to the red side. Come to the red side. It's literally there just for videos. So, yeah. Anyway, then that's out the way. How we doing, guys? How are we doing, guys? Welcome to the stream. If you haven't already, drop a like on it. Get it out there. Let people know we're live. Tomorrow, we will be back in Terra, guys. Well, so the thing is, we're going to have to double dip tomorrow. Because, well, man, it's even if we can get to the level enough for the event yet, right? For tomorrow. Because we're at, level 30? We've got 10 levels to go, so we've got some serious grinding to do, boys. But, yeah, we want to do the event for Arknights tomorrow. And then, obviously, we've got the event going live tomorrow on Endfield. And we've also potentially got something else as well. We have got something else. And we've got something else as well that's a little bit secret by the looks of things, which we're going to talk about. Because Endfield put out a post also. I think the game's reached 30 million pre-registrations as well, which is pretty freaking huge. Good to see that. And, yeah, we haven't really got too much to talk about reaction-wise today, guys. There is a Braxophone video I wanted to check out, though. It's about DNA, but I specifically want to check it out because, as I've said, I think it's the most overgassed game this year. I don't think it's a bad game. I just think it's incredibly overgassed, so I'm kind of curious what the video's about because it says do it 90 bits should have been great. So yeah, I'm intrigued. Let me pause that. It's playing. My bad. So yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. It's good to see ya. How are we doing? Let me get chat up. Yo, Renegade, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Hello. BS, welcome. Grim, welcome. Zero, welcome. Ducklord, welcome. Rasanju, welcome. Minman, welcome to the stream. Just casual, how's it going, dude? Welcome to the stream. British man jump scare. Hello. We'll see a pixelated tree today. Hopefully not too pixelated. OG new event goes live in 2 hours. Remember to update your game before tomorrow. Yeah. I was planning to play Arknights today until chat let me know yesterday, and well, and Dead End did today as well, actually, because I forgot chat let me know yesterday. But then I remembered after I'd asked the question that it's going to be a couple of hours, the maintenance. So I was like, you know what? That solved the question then, right? Because we was kind of on the fence. Are we going to stream Arknights or are we going to stream Endfield? And then Arknights kind of answered it for us with the maintenance. So yeah, we'll stream that tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm going to bother pulling on the banner. I don't know if I'm going to bother pulling on the banner. I'm not too sure. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see because Hoshiguma Ultra's coming, right? It's just like, ooh. I think I might skip, man. I've got the super video up as well to check it out because I don't know if Lazy's gonna be good for me. Is she good E1 or is she more of an E2 unit? I'm hoping she's more of an E2 unit, and then that can help with the decision as well, But I really want to get Hoshiguma. I don't really care if Hoshiguma is E1 or E2, if I'm honest, because she's fucking cool, right? She's fucking cool. I want to get her. So, yeah. Is she the next banner right after the Lazy banner? Or Lazy, however you pronounce it. How long until Lazy's Ultra's an E1 unit? Oh, damn, man. Game's throwing me curveballs all the time, right? Damn. You can make Yap Knights with Lazy on the squad. She's really versatile. All of her skill is usable even at E1. Oh, damn, man. Oh, yeah. I mean, Hypergryph. Hypergryph, what are you doing to me, man? What are you doing to me? So, yeah. That's we'll have to wait and see. We'll check out this super video and see what he's got to say about that and see whether it's So whether it's a skip or a hit for me, because I don't have many pulls, if I'm honest. So I really would like to save them, to be fair. So we might just be forced to skip. I have been planning to buy one of the packs this month, because, you know, funding Endfield and all that sort of stuff. So, but it's still not gonna put a dent in it, really. We definitely need, we definitely need to be saving our pulls, man. We really do. We really do. She might just be Milnar's side grade, but goddamn does she, Aura Farms flying over it. She does look cool, right? She does look cool. I don't really entirely know her kit, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'd say just skip lazy because Hoshi Alter is really close. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm kind of like leaning towards Hoshi. Like I say, even if Hoshi's not great for E1, I'm just leaning towards that. You know what I mean? It's she's calling, man. She's calling. Yo, what's going on, user? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate ya. I'm hoping to have another video up today as well. That's the plan. And I do plan to do that video going a little bit more, I don't necessarily in depth, but like I want to do a specific video talking about the Gambit system and Endfield as well. Just because I find it interesting, right? It's an interesting topic for me to talk about personally, so I want to make a video on it. But I'm either gonna jump onto Final Fantasy 12 again and get some footage from that, or just try and find some good footage around that I can maybe borrow from somebody. I might have to end up borrowing some footage anyway, because my last playthrough on my Steam account, I can't remember where I am in the game, so I don't have the most robust Gambit collectibles. So I might have to just pillage some footage anyway for some more built out Gambit inventories. But yeah, I kind of want to go into that because I think it's a really interesting system, right? And I just, you know, like I said, I'm gonna keep banging on about it, boys. I ain't gonna stop. I ain't gonna stop, man. I'm gonna keep banging on about it. But anyway, shall we get started? Because we're already running late, aren't we? Let's do it. Hoshi Ultra supposedly coming at 16 for Jam Base on data mine. Right, okay. Yes, because like I say, man, I'm brassic in the game at the minute. I am. I'm brassic at the game, so we gotta hope. We gotta hope and pray that we that we get it super early. Otherwise, we're cooked, boys. We're cooked. We really are cooked. Because I honestly don't like. Obviously, I'm gonna still continue to buy here and there on Arknights, but I don't want to go too crazy. Christmas is coming, and also I've seen a desk I really want to get, man. But it's like 500 quid. So like, I'm like, you know, it's a really nice desk actually, adjustable. It's got all the brackets inbuilt in it as well, 3 monitors, and I'm like, ooh, I'm really tempted to grab it. So I really should be being good. Plus, Enfield's right around the corner, and I know I'm gonna end up swiping a little bit on Endfield because I just know I am, especially if I don't know what's happening with Heligat on launch, but I've got to get your boy, right? I've got to get your boy, so I'm probably going to end up swiping. I'm probably going to end up buying the monthly pass, the battle pass, all that sort of stuff as well. So, yeah, we got to try and be smart with our balls. We got to try and be smart with our balls, boys. Plus, I've been waiting for some sales with Steam as well, because I want to try and cop Baldur's Gate 3 also, because I've still not played that game, and I really want to play it. So I'm just waiting to grab that as well, because that never really goes on in major deep discounts. So I do want to grab that as well. And there's a couple of other games that I've been contemplating picking up on Steam also. Like I do want to like do a little raid on Steam when the next sale comes along to grab me some new games, guys. Grab me some new games. I would skip unless you want to make her the next wife. Hoshi when art is all legs. Hoshi Ultra is supposedly coming in. Oh yeah, I just read that. Also, the Arknights glaze is getting out of hand lately. Nah, you can never have too much Arknights glaze. You can never have too much. We'll probably have dead weeks because it's IS event. If you want to do a side story event, there is a time. Well, I want to get through chapter 12. Like, I'm probably going to stick to main story, and we're going to go for Babel and Lone Trail. They're the two that I'm going to deviate for because, one, I don't think so many people are interested in the side event stuff so much, but two, I just don't have the time. Like, I just, because it looks like maybe I'm wrong on the Enfield stuff. Maybe it's not March. Maybe it's coming earlier, right? So I ain't got much time to catch up. I'm not going to catch up in time for Arknights at Endfield, I don't think. But I really want to be like at least getting there. And if we start dabbling in all of the side content or a bunch of it, it's gonna be rough to catch up. You know what I mean? On the high end, I have seen recommendations for Legend to be M9. Right, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We have a video from your boy Suba, the Italian man. So, I think we'll check that out and see what he's got to say about Lazy. Leger. How would you pronounce the name, guys? How is it pronounced? Is it Leger? I don't even know. No long trail before Enfield. L. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Because when do we do long trail and babble? When do we do them specifically now? Is it between 13 and 14? Was it between 12 and 13? As I say, we've really got to crack on. Because like, what I'm going to try and do over the next coming weeks, right, is have some streams that might be a little bit more specifically like yap streams where we're talking about stuff for videos, reaction stuff and all that sort of stuff, right? That'll be like in their own stream. And then have some more lock-in streams where maybe we'll watch a video right at the start of the stream and it's like, 20 minutes, half hour of the stream. We watch that and then we get into the game. And then like, try and have at least 3 to 4 streams a week where it's just pure lock-in, pure gameplay. No chat, like, you know what I mean? And just playing. We're gonna have to do that, but I need to try and set some streams aside and have a plan and then really get into like the slot content, You pronounce it as Lazy, you're welcome. Lazy. I'll just call her Lazy. Yeah, I'll call her Lazy then. That works for me. You got to do a bunch of events before long trial anyway, so there's no way we're making it. We'll do our best. That's all we can do, right? That is all we can do. We will do our best. All right, let's get into it then, boys. Let's go. We ain't messing around today. Let's do it. You'll have to let me know as well if we have any stream issues, because I am restreaming, but I'm not sending it through the restream servers for restream chat. So if there's any issues, let me know. It's totally YouTube, and it's got nothing to do with anything other than that. But yeah, you'll have to let me know. So once again, Twitch, if there's anybody watching, if I'm in chat, I apologise. I do apologise. But come over to YouTube if you are watching over there. As I say, I only really use it for video recording stuff anyway. But let's get into them. Before we check the super video out, Peter are out here calling out Uma Musume. I just put this in the Discord. I thought it was kind of funny, right? Peter out here saying, if Uma Musume Pretty Derby were honest, your favourite horse girl doesn't get a comeback arc. One failed event and the race is over forever. Just like what happened to the real Silent Suzuka. Coming in with the, the horror stories, Look at this here. Apparently a bunch of people have reported this for breaking the fan art stuff, because I haven't seen the full image. I don't really want to go to Peter's Twitter if I'm honest, because I don't want to see like some terrible animal cruelty imagery and all that sort of stuff. I'm not risking it off stream or on stream, but like her legs all snapped up here. It's like, bro, coming after Uma Musume, man. Like, damn, bro. Peter out here doom posting Uma Musume. wasn't on my bingo list, I'm not gonna lie, but still kind of funny. But yeah, bit of Twitter account post gore art of Uma Musume character fans mass report Peter to Psy Games for violating multiple fan created content guidelines. Yeah, not the crossover I was expecting, if I'm honest. Peter and Uma Musume. So yeah, that's one for the books. Apparently the fans are not happy either as well. Somebody puts, it's not as bloody as I thought it'd be, considering it's Peter. Could find a single comment on their side after scrolling a few minutes. Who are they doing it for? Yeah, like, what is this about? Like, I get what it's about, right? They're not against horse racing and stuff, but it's such a weird way to go about it. Like, I understand it, right? A lot of people do see horse racing as dangerous and cruel and stuff, especially certain horse race events, right? For a long time in the UK, like the Grand National's one that kind of gets a lot of people not like it because the amount of horses that end up like injuring themselves and having to be put down and stuff. And I get that, right? As an animal lover, I get that. I don't know what this was supposed to achieve. I don't think it was going to achieve the thing I thought it was going to achieve. But yeah, so it's a weird one. As I say, the crossover, I was not expecting, lads and ladies. We got a post here from Sticks. I tried to find this myself on the website earlier because I'd heard about this, and then I saw that Sticks had posted about it. So I was like, "Sweet, we'll use Sticks' tweet." But I can't find it on this website. I don't know if it's for a specific region, maybe, that they're posting this. But guys, it looks like the 5th game might have hit the tower. So if you remember me saying, you probably don't remember the video, like about a year ago now, maybe even more, I made a video speaking about that Hoyo had got potentially 5 games in the works that they were coming out with. And we've now saw that I think potentially 4 are confirmed, right? We don't know if it's 4 or 3, but I think it's 4. So we got Petite Planet, right? Which we know. We saw that ages ago, and we know it's coming now. It's just at a beta. A little Animal Crossing type game. Looks kind of cute, right? It looks like what it's doing it well. Then we've got the Nexus anime game, which is basically Pokemon cross with TFT, right? Not really for me, but we'll try that out as well. Then we've got Varsapura, which we saw recently, which is their kind of Uncanny Valley anime game when you look at the faces. But I'm definitely interested in trying out Varsapura. Which we know was like a, it looks like Control cross with the Gacha game, typical Gacha game stuff, right? So we've got Varsapura, we've got Petite Planet, we've got Nexus Anima, those 3. Then we have the game that they teased that like little short trailer of, which I wasn't sure. Is that connected to Varsapura? I don't think so, because that seemed like it was a lot more Souls-like looking, Elden Ring-like, right? We saw a dragon flying in the sky and that weird threads in the sky, and apparently that's going to be their open world adventure type game, I think, with potential multiplayer aspects to it. So they're potentially 4 games. 3 confirmed, 1 teased, but we're not 100% sure if it's part of another game, but I think it is its separate game. Now, it looks like we've got the 5th game, and potentially it's looking at maybe trying to reach into like the Infinity Nikki space. So should we have a little look at this job posting? Because I thought it'd be worth having a little quick look at. You know, I know not everybody's interested, but I thought it was kind of interesting. So job posting is for a senior scenario concept artist, sandbox pre-research. So the job responsibilities will to be 1, collaborate with the main copywriter and character concept artist to complete the game, world, setting, and art packaging. Participate in the early stage game art design, including the conceptual design of large maps, individual building architecture, furniture and functional object design, natural plant design, and the division of 3 view drawings. Number 3, participate in and control the establishment of the overall artistic style standards, ensuring the consistency of the style. 4, manage the artistic resources related to scenes, specifically including the division of outsourced items, control of scene models, and atmosphere effects, etc. Okay? Standard job jargon for game design stuff, right? Job requirements. 1, adore the Ghibli artistic style and are willing to explore more based on this style. That sounds cool, but then there's that worry that is a potential AI slot to be in here, because that's a very overused art style in the AI space right now. I'm not accusing them of going down that route, right? But I'm just saying, because you look at in Call of Duty, right? They use the Ghibli AI slop style, which is, yeah, so, yeah. 2, excellent artistic aesthetics with a certain sensitivity to colour, shape, and material expression required for the project. 3, possesses a background in fine arts or related fields with experience in in-game or film scene design. 4, proficient in drawing software such as Photoshop/Psy with some experience in 3D. I don't know what that is. Design, exhibits excellent creativity and design skills and is capable of making reasonable use of materials. Strong learning ability and initiative, high sense of responsibility, team play with good communication skills, and passionate about gaming with a relatively rich gaming experience. So that's all we've got there. But like Sticks post saying, inspired gacha game that could potentially be a direct competitor for Infinity Nikki. After a year of domination in the genre, I'm not too sure where he gets that from. That this is going to be an Infinity Nikki competitor, but Sticks does tend to have some connections that a lot of, because, you know, dude does get a lot of sponsorships and stuff, and, you know, that usually comes with some sort of connections as well throughout the industry. I don't know if he knows something that we don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me if they went down the Infinity Nikki space, right? Because when you think about it, there's no competition, right? And the female gacha sector has been shown to be incredibly profitable, right? Lads, Infinity Nikki are both games that make a lot of money. We've got Petite Planet, but that's like, I feel like that's a bit of a, you know, appeals to both genres, but probably will, gender, sorry, but probably will be dominated by girls. So it makes sense for them to really get into that space, right? You know, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, and they do go down the route of a dress-up type gacha game, because it's right for the picking, right? And we've been saying for a long time, when it comes to Infinity Nikki, they've been messing up so much, but they've made a lot of decisions based on the fact that they've just got a monopoly on the market. And I think Hoyo might be the people to come in and maybe change that, right? So yeah, there you go. I don't know if that's the case, but they're listing jobs here for a potential competitor there, I guess, according to Sticks. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting that we might be seeing a fifth game, I guess, maybe coming to the space from Hoyo, which I did say like a year ago, it looked like 5 games were on the works, and we've already seen 3 for definite and maybe an extra one, right? So, guys, speaking about upcoming, have you seen this post from Arknights Endfield? Have you seen this post from Arknights Endfield, guys? We've got a little celebratory image here, right? Yeah? And then the post actually says, shh, your surprise is on its way. We'll save it for you now. See you tomorrow. What's that about? I don't know if it's actually what we're getting, but it says your surprise, and then they go and spoil the surprise. So this can't be this, right? They need to link to the pre-registration on the official website. So by reaching the global pre-registration milestone and meeting the required number of official social media followers, you can receive rewards, including the 5-star operator Snowshine, basic headhunting permit times 20, and the 5-star weapon finishing pull. But it says a surprise is on its way, and to see you tomorrow, right? I think they are more than knowledgeable of the whole Enfield tomorrow meme. So what does tomorrow mean? Like, it's going live on PlayStation, right? It's going live on PlayStation tomorrow. We're getting an event tomorrow. I think it's potentially one of two things. I do. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm coping. I think maybe it's a release date, but I tend to think that might come at the end of the beta, or potentially at the Game Awards, right? Maybe, hear me out here, what if it is the last, 2 weeks of the beta are going to be open? What if they're going to be open as a Christmas celebration? Thank you to the fans. We hit 30 million pre-registrations. We've recognized the feedback of the beta. We're ending the beta early. We're going to open the beta up to everybody. If you want to join, just download the beta and jump in. I wouldn't be surprised, because it's not an alien thing when it comes to betas. Lots of games do it right. Lots of games have closed beta tests running up to launch and have an open period of the beta test. Usually it's done on games that do it via weekends. So you'll have like a beta weekend, closed beta weekend, then an open beta weekend. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Chat, maybe I'm tripping. Game Awards tomorrow. Isn't the Game Awards the 13th? Though? Tomorrow is a new day, of course. Yeah, I'm almost mostly thinking the release date at the Game Awards. That's some insane coping. Game Awards tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? I thought it was the 13th for Game Awards. Is it tomorrow? Ooh, if it's tomorrow then. Ooh, if the Game Awards is tomorrow. Is the Game Awards tomorrow? If the Game Awards is tomorrow, then okay. Alright. Then it could. Shit. If it's the Game Awards tomorrow, then maybe it is the launch date. You think they might say something about the Game Awards? Alright. Ooh, interesting. Okay, maybe. Honestly, though, you know, if the beta went open, I genuinely wouldn't be surprised. What if they did a double barrel, man? Hit us with both. Beta's open. The game's coming out this day. Right? Hey, look. I was suffering on copying for months, apparently. Even Tobaru said I was crazy with the amount of copying I was saying about the beta. Look what's happening now. Where are we now? We're sitting in the middle of a beta, aren't we? Who's coping now, boys? Who's coping now? Before it's another closed beta. Yeah, guys, we want to announce in January, Arknights Endfield will be playable. In another closed beta test 3. That would be fucking a bitch. Yeah, what's going on today? Welcome to the stream. Before the same game's gone to Tokyo Game Show and nothing. Also, good morning. They're going to announce a version 2 of Endfield where we have different mechanics. What's going on as well, Renegade? I did say hi to you, yeah. I think I did, yeah. The Game Awards, scheduled 12th of December. Okay. Ooh, okay then. That changes everything. Gamers! It changes everything, actually, doesn't it? The fact that it's the Game Awards tomorrow, then. Interesting. It is a bit coincidental, right? It could just be a coincidence, right? But it's a funny lineup, right? That a lot of us have been making these assumptions of potentially something at the Game Awards, or using the Game Awards to springboard an announcement, maybe. And then they've got a post like this. Interesting that they decided to activate that event as well on the same day and open up the PS5 test also, right? I never really thought about that. Did I live stream the Game Awards? I didn't last time. I might this time. I might. I don't know. I don't know what time it is for me. What time is the Game Awards for me? GMT time. 1:30 Central Eastern time. So, what time is that for me? Oh, is that Central European time? Shit, so that's going to be like midnight for me, yeah. Be like 12:30, right? Fuck. Maybe then, because I did say we might double dip tomorrow, right? We'll play Arknights in the day and then play Endfield in the evening. We could play Endfield. See what this is all about. And then maybe stream the Game Awards, maybe. Maybe. It'll be a long, it's a long day though, right? It is a long day. Could like stream Arknights normal time, 12 till 4:30. Come back around about 8 maybe, 9. Play Endfield for like 2 or 3 hours. And then get into the Game Awards. Worst case scenario, yeah, there is a potential for that, right? There is potential. And it's probably the most likely as well, to be fair. It probably is the most likely if I'm honest. Watch them drop beta test 2.5. Welcome to the stream as well, Alex. Welcome to the stream, Sarah. Welcome to the stream, Nazri. Welcome. Yeah, shit. Watch it Endfield, but there announcement right at the end, so it's basically Saturday morning for you. For real, right? Clocking for overtime. Yeah, I'm just contemplating, do I? I am kind of intrigued with some of the announcements for, you know, because there's been these rumours about God of War and Elder Scrolls as well, right? To like see some Elder Scrolls would be kind of cool, but I think that's bigger copium than Endfield releasing tomorrow. That is, to be fair, with fucking Bethesda. And even if they did announce it, with how Starfield is, I cannot trust Elder Scrolls to even be good, you know? I'm prepared for them to announce Endfield, I believe release date when I see it. Until then, I'm not huffing copium. I wouldn't mind if they pull an open beta test out. I think that'd be great. I said this before. I think the best thing for this game is to have an open beta. I really do. Because as I say, the way they announced that like feedback tweet, right? That was such an end of beta tweet, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Just like the way it was worded and everything. It was such a weird time to post that tweet. It was definitely like they'd made, like, I think it's quite obvious that they made the decision to cut this short, right? But like, this is just such a weird tweet to post a week into a beta when it doesn't end for another 2.5 weeks, right? Do you know what I mean? Like beta test 2 ending soon. Arknights Endfield beta test 2 will conclude, going through all that during the test period and then going through all the feedback. So, like, this is the stuff you usually see of a beta, like the day before it ends or the day it ends, right? not like 2.5 weeks away from it ending. It was such a such a weird one, man. Yeah, I'd like to see an open beta because I'd like as many people to get access to the game just to give it a whirl. You know what I mean? And I think as well, it'd open up another huge swath of feedback around the gacha procurement for me. Because, as I say, that's the most important conversation in Endfield. Honestly, I think it's the most important conversation. I think gameplay tweaks will happen, but I think the most important conversation, and they've acknowledged it, which is great, but I think, you know, an extra pylon wouldn't do any harm, would it? Of, you know, a bunch of new players coming in and going, man, this game's good, I'm enjoying it, giving their criticism, then coming along and saying, man, getting pulls fucking blows though, right? So it's like compounded on top so they can't hide from it. I don't think they will hide from it, but who knows, right? So I do think I think that'd be good for that feedback for me personally, because I think most people, once you've played this, that's probably like, of course everybody's gonna have different criticisms. But I think the major criticism from most people is gonna be gacha economy sucks at the minute. Not the gacha, but the actual gacha acquisition, you know what I mean? And more people screaming that from the rooftops than me. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it, you know what I mean? Surprise Skyrim porty game. For real, right? It's probably what it'll be. It's probably what it'll be. Our mate might as well before launch. It's not that deep. There's no stubborn, so stubborn to give us a release date, but too quick to tell us the beta is ending. It's true though, isn't it? It's true. But yeah. So I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I guess we're back to Endfield tomorrow. We can see as well. We're almost at 30 milli, which I'm guessing we hit, right? I don't know what time we hit that, but yeah. Alright, cool. Should we watch this video from Super Papa? Shall we, guys? Should we watch this video from Super? Just before we do, let me just double check. Gacha game in a second. Yeah, there's nothing new in here. Alright, cool. Alright, let's check this video out from Super then, shall we? Because I don't know if I'm pulling on lazy or not. I don't know. People are saying potential E1 character for me here, and you know, E1 maxing is the way for me. That being said, Hoshi Ulta is upcoming, right? So, and I'm broke at the minute in game. So, yeah, we've maybe got to make some decisions here. I just noticed his name, Genius Gay Shipper. Okay, all right, let's get into it then. Let's see what Super's got to say about the Invincible DPS Lazy the Thunderbringer guide and review. Nice short Super video, preemptive like. Let's get into it and see what she's saying.
Sponsored by Yul in our channel in the description. So here's the short and sweet about a Lazy Alter. In high-end gameplay, she has many traits that are unique solely to her that make.
Okay, so what we've got, attack range expands to the front and the side, still 355% attack as physical damage. Attack expands, greatly increases attack, deals 300 attack damage as physical damage in an area and generates currents traveling outwards from the target's position in 4 directions up to 3 tiles. When a current hits this unit or a high ground tile, it rebounds. All enemies in contact with the current take arts damage equal to 70% of Lazy's attack every 0.6 seconds and have a 50% chance to be inflicted with Frighten for 3 seconds. Okay, once says each tile in this unit's attack range has a 10% chance per second to be struck by lightning, dealing 100% of attack as arts damage to all enemies within. Take off while skill is not active, and increase attack to 130% while skill is active. Okay.
Very valuable traits which I will go over in this video. Please watch, I am begging you. However, in casual play, if you don't do high difficulty IS or
she does aura farm though, right?
Effectively the same operator.
Like, this is aura farming, right? This is straight aura farming here. Like, you know, might be one of the most aura farmy default animations, I guess.
She is effectively the same operator as Winner. Lazy is not better and she is not worse. She is the most literal side grade to another operator we have in the game right now. If you're a casual and have Winner already, don't bother and skip. If you're a casual and don't have Winner already, try to get her. Lazy's #1 distinctive trait is that she is floating when idle. This is the same floating effect as Sky Rangers, with all the nonsensical bullshit that comes with it. Essentially, when idle, Lazy cannot be hit or targeted by any ground enemy, even if said enemy has a range attack, and she can block aerial units. This makes Lazy easy, kind of the opposite of Muinar, whereas he is meant to attract aggro and face tank damage with the sheer size of his horsecock. Lazy is exceptionally safe when idle, entirely ignoring most sources of damage. This leads us right into skill 1. Every 11 SP you can activate Lazy and she will butt slam the ground. The shockwaves of her Gyat so powerful she will send out lightning in 3 cardinal directions for 3 tiles. This is just one attack and Lazy will immediately start floating again afterward. This is a safest skill. If you play your cards right, Lazy cannot be hit at all. Normally enemies would be able to sneak in a single attack during the butt slam.
Okay then, so with that then, like potential like high ceiling play options, right? Being able to do that. Okay.
However, if you activate this skill while an enemy attack animation is already playing towards another operator, the enemy won't have the time to target Lazy before she becomes airborne again. Or you could pair this with Tragodia to make it entirely safe no matter what. It's a pretty damn good skill. Her other talent makes her deal frightened to enemies as well, protecting her even further, even on her other skills. Said other skill is skill 2, which is her main DPS skill. In effect, it performs pretty much the exact same as Winar's skill 3 in almost every single circumstance. It does have one major drawback though, that being the fact its gargantuan range gets cut off by high ground tiles. On one hand, skill 2's range is massive, you put Lazy down in an...
Not gonna lie though, man. I'm not gonna lie though. I know I've got Milnar, but Milnar's not so good at E1, is he? Like, doesn't Milnar shine at E2? Now, obviously most units do, right? But obviously I've got to be E1 maxing, right? I'm tempted, I'm not gonna lie. But... Hoshi, man. Hoshi, you know what I mean?
The open field and she will start slaying. On the other hand, Lazy cannot cover multiple lanes by design, which makes her quite a bit more restrictive than the other meta options. Fortunately, skill 3 covers its weakness. And
I do like the idea of playing around with Tragodia there, even though I've kind of benching Tragodia for as much content as possible unless I get like gigafucked and I just feel like playing him, right? I'm not going to limit myself to not having fun. I'm E1. But, you know, sometimes if I just want to throw Tragodia in there, I'm going to do it because Tragodia is super fun to use. But I am trying to limit his use. 1, because dude's cracked. And 2, like, it can be used as a crutch sometimes and stop you thinking about mechanics. And I do actually really like to engage with mechanics in the game. Of course, winning is fun. But I really do enjoy engaging with mechanics in Arknights. And Tragodia is insane, right? Dude's insane. But I do kind of like the idea of playing those 2 units off each other because I just really have a lot of fun using Tragodia. Temple in a dream. I was kind of thinking that. Do we throw some gammables in? Lazy's more usable at E1 than Milnar.
You want an extremely cramped space where the currents can keep bouncing back and forth and gently but firmly remove the enemy from this plane of existence. It is also utterly
she looks cool as well. Right, like I'm really sold on her attack, VFX and stuff.
Still has a pretty glaring hole. Skill 2 is for wide big maps, skill 3 is for cramped spaces, but she has no skill for just normal ass maps. Okay. She is a much less versatile winner at the cost of being much more powerful in select specific circumstances. Given in general play, skill 2 will more than suffice, unless you need to cover multiple lanes.
That's less important for me, but definitely seems like she's more viable at E1, right? Which is much more important for me. Because obviously I want to get there's characters I'm just getting because like I don't give a damn about how useful she is at E1, E2. I just want to get her, right? I just want to get the ult out. So like I am still going to be putting like that in Arknights, but I do like still be in E1, and then we have got a kind of cracked account now, right? But I still do want to take that into account. Like E1 maxing units, I'm going to try and get them because why not? Why not? Right? There's no point trying to necessarily go for units that I'm gimping myself in a sense. And we are at a really good place like that, right? You know, like Tragodia, freaking Inez, you know, is great. Like what we got Ascalon, you know, we got fucking OPB, just the Giga Chad, you know, even like Lappy. Even you, where don't get me wrong, the you Lappy combo obviously goes insane at E2. But still, like, actually really good units for E1, right? Like, we are in a good place. Like, I've actually been really lucky when you think about it with my pulls in regards to, like, getting a lot of good E1 units, haven't I? Don't get me wrong, we've definitely got some that are a little bit more suited for E2, but we've done really good in building out a really well, it could be a lot more well-rounded, of course, because, you know, but that comes with time. For a new player, I guess, to the game, I've got quite a well-rounded E1 team at the minute that like shines at E1, doesn't he? And can kind of deal with not all scenarios, but most scenarios somewhat competently, right? You know, of course, I've got a lot of sort of units that are still incredibly squishy because it's like when I was lurking in Dead Own stream earlier while I was at the gym watching him do J883. That's one thing that's still the difference now that I've just noticed drastically. My damage output's massively reduced, and majority of my units are still incredibly squishy as well, right? Where obviously all PP's like that saving grace for a lot of stuff, and that's why I tend to have to overheal on certain stages. I just have to. It's one of the facts of being E1 is I just, you know, there's a lot of stages I have to go into with a few extra healers just to you know, offset that one lack of being able to kill either bosses or harder enemies quick, and not being able to take so many hits as well. So yeah, having a lot of E1 units is definitely an advantage. So yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted by her. I'm genuinely tempted by her, man. I was hoping this video was gonna put it to rest, and I was just gonna be like, sweet, awesome, Supers solved the problem for me now. I think he's created new problems for me. How many new yellow certs do I have? I don't know, actually. I'll have to check. I think I've got like, I'm guesstimating at the minute. I think I'm around like 90 to 100 or something like that, dude. I'm nowhere near the 256. Dead End got impressed by all people when he watches JT. Yo, all people's sick, that's why. Temple and Dream, no, man. I'm kind of tempted. I'm not gonna lie. Once you eat 2 your units, damage output will skyrocket, right?
To be scared off by this. Alright, show of hands, how many of you remember the record keeper is in the game? Was that not one hand? That's about what I expected. Unfortunately, his kit is not anymore memorable. He is a medic with a talent that makes him restore 1 SP every time an ally in range activates a skill. I suppose this will make him pretty good with mantra skill 3 shenanigans, with Fluma or May or Gummy or whatever, but compared to how mega stacked the medic class is, I doubt he will be ever optimal even then. Here's members of usual thanks to Ilio6327, Limin Shada, Camelo Shadow, Joseph Dioff, Crayon Box 2045.
Bro managed to squeeze that in and still get nearly a minute of shoutouts in. Impressive. Actually impressive. I definitely feel like after he's recorded these, he's definitely like, oh. But yeah, oh shit, man, he's caused me more problems, man. Honestly. He's caused me more problems. Because, I think I want him more now than before I watch this video. I really do. She aura farms as well in that default animation where she's just floating, right? You know? Leslie's going to be the first character after skipping quite a while on the Crass and Enteleki have ruined my in-game saving. To be fair, I burnt a few balls on the Crass. She did cost me a few balls, actually. She really did. Your name is not on there, Pix fake fan. Hey, I'm out here funding Endfield, man. I can't be funding Super 2. I mean, that's one good thing. Leslie can spook you. Yeah. Do you want to deeper dive into a Kit Watch Storms vid on her? I might have a look at it later. You ain't been doing so well on balls lately either, sir. Something to consider. Yeah, I'm a little bit low. I'm a little bit low on I'm hoping maybe of my diabolically bad looking Endfield, right? Maybe that transfers over some good luck into Arknights. But then again, I got a crazy look on CZN when the banner first dropped. First 20 balls, I got 2 fucking 5-star characters and got the on-banner character literally in 20 pulls. So I'm like, I don't know if that burnt on my luck, you know what I mean? I don't know if that burnt on my luck. I mean, 4-letter word is like a sentence in French. No slop today. You need to lock in for the event tomorrow. Yeah, I do. Yeah. How about holding in and max hoping for the Leslie rate off in the next limited? Maybe. We'll have to have a look. I need to really have a look at Toshiguma's kit. I really need to have a look at Toshiguma's kit. But yo, before we do that though, guys, I do want to watch this video. Right? It's 19 minutes. We're not going to get too bogged down into yapping too much, right? But I just kind of want to watch it, right? And the reason I want to watch this video is because I think this game is the most overgassed game of this year, okay? And I'm kind of interested to see what Brax has got to say, because this title is making me think, okay, is the you know, is it not smelling so much of roses now at the minute? Because I know a lot of people, and I think Brax was really into this game when it started. Now, just because he's titled the video like this doesn't mean he dislikes the game. But as I say, I don't think DNA is a bad game, right? I just think it's a mediocre game that really got gassed up because they decided to pull Gacha out the game. And just because you remove bad monetization out of a game doesn't automatically make that game become good, right? I do think 1.1 could maybe be the saving grace for this game, though. Because, you know, we saw the revenue estimations, right, haven't been the worst thing in the world. They've not been spectacular, have they? So let's check this out then. Do It Night to Be should have been great. All right, then. Let's see what Brax has got to say.
If you've been on Twitter.com at any point over the past 7 years, you're probably owed a lot of emotional damages. As a creator, I use it to connect with my audience, but I've gotta say, consuming content of any sort through Twitter has gotta be one of the top 5 worst experiences a human can have.
True.
Right behind playing a new Call of Duty. No amount of bleaching your eyes can save you from the absolute codswallop of takes you'll see on that site. Regardless of what people say, though, 2025 has been an absolutely wild year for new games. Partly because so many amazing games have released, like Expedition 33 and Silksong,
Still need to
but
play
also
this.
because so many live service games had their greatest updates yet.
Haven't played either of the 2 most acclaimed games this year. That's poor showing from me, to be fair.
Like Wuthering Waves 2.x, which absolutely crushed expectations. But alongside the
Was
greater game releases, there have also been some more controversial releases. I'm not going to cover everything since I mostly do brain rot on this channel, but needless to say, people have had problems with seemingly every patch of every live service gacha, the new release of Star Resonance and Tower of Fantasy's Warp Server, and of course, the subject of this video, Duet Night Abyss.
And after thousands of hours in Warframe and now 200 hours in Duet Night Abyss,
I want to share an honest perspective on the game, positives and negatives. And full transparency, I love Duet Night Abyss. It's probably my favorite anime game release of 2025. It's been an absolute blast to play, but it's definitely not perfect. And in this video, I'm going to try and communicate what I think has happened. And I say try because despite...
I am curious to see, though, the amount of people which still have that same attitude if you'd had the gacha in it. Or maybe they'd find it even more enjoyable. Because let's face it, some people just love Gamba, right? Just look at some of the recent comments on my latest video, actually, and you'll see that.
Me outlining everything in almost every video I make like this, there's always people who comment things that make me think I spoke Braille for the entire video. So strap on for a more serious
I know that feeling.
With that said, my name is Raxophone, but you can call me Brax, and let's talk about Duet Night Abyss, right after I read you this ad. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend. Raid is having my days.
Raid! Alright, we're skipping this.
One is
These have asked me to sponsor them, actually, a couple of times.
On top of that, you can Duet Night Abyss is one of the first games to announce that they are removing their game's gacha, which was well received by almost everybody. But some community figures early on expressed their skepticism about whether or not the game would be good. As you may know, removing the gacha from a game doesn't instantly make it good,
like,
especially if...
You know, when it came to the choice of removing the gacha as well, like, let's be honest. Like, obviously, these are assumptions, and we've got no evidence behind this. Do you think it genuinely was because, as they said, they really didn't like losing 50-50s? Because, you know, that's what they said in that announcement in there. They were like, man, after doing the gacha, we really discovered we hated losing 50-50s. Well, no shit, Sherlock, you know, it just felt like that was a bit of a, hey, look, man, we're just like you. We hate that too, right? You know, but there's part of me, I just feel like, was it because they really knew the game just wasn't quite good enough? Or at least on launch? I don't know, man. Because, like, 1.1, some of the visual upgrades do look, like, really good. It looks like 1.1 is potentially the actual launch of the game, looking at things. We'll have to see how it plays. I can't see it playing drastically different, right? And I think the problem for this game as well, being a mobile-oriented game, it's just like a more streamlined, simplistic version of Warframe. And for me, if you like Warframe, I think you'll like this. You know, 2 cool things, right? But if you don't, I'm like, I don't know if the game's good enough for you there. And 2, I'm like, I don't understand why if you was a Warframe gamer, you'd really make this potentially either a main game or sideline Warframe, or even potentially spend on this game. I don't know. Warframe gamers can comment on that. And I'm sure there's I've already saw plenty of Warframe gamers actually quite like this. But I don't know. I just keep thinking maybe they knew it was a bit too mid to have it the gacha in there, and I thought, well, if we switch this up, this can really get us some early hype, and then maybe we can fix the game. I don't know. I'm pulling stuff out my arse here because I just think this game's just all right. Like I say, the way the combat is designed, it's really catering to mobile, and I think a game like this that removes the gacha. So what do you do when you remove the gacha? You introduce grind, and I think a game that looks like this and plays like this, I just can't imagine it being a fun time to play on mobile for hours on end while you're grinding. Because like, there's a reason why gacha games are designed a certain way. It's because on phone, a lot of the times when you're gaming, you don't want to be like eyes burning into your phone for hours while grinding on a game that's got quite high fidelity graphics, sort of, and action-oriented gameplay. I can imagine that just being hell after an hour. Good.
The systems that were built around the gacha system aren't reworked. This includes anything that's monetized by the company based on building the characters, like a stamina system, or anything that gives you a premium
Thanks
currency.
all 180 flip-flop his opinion on grind after trying Warframe, huh? I've got no issues with grind. Grind's good in games, but there's a difference between good grind and bad grind. I think the grind in this game's just, yeah, you know. There's a lot of people that treat grind like it's a necessary evil, and well, it's grind, man. It's supposed to suck. Grind should be fun, man. As a lot of games get that wrong. They have really bad grind.
FOMO events and
a lot of games do actually.
And more. Well, luckily, Duet Night Abyss actually has done a fairly good job of that, in my personal opinion. Instead of just giving everything for free, you still have to play the game to earn the characters. All characters and weapons are obtained through collecting what's called secret letters. They're gained over time via enemy drops, login rewards, and more. Overall, they're not very hard to get.
1K as a grinding Warframe is basically the early game.
It's actually friendlier than Warframe's relic system, since the relics in Warframe have far more randomness to the drops you actually get and to the relics that you actually get, and it can take longer to farm something in Warframe than Duet Night Abyss. In Duet Night Abyss, once you have the secret
it's quite quick
clues,
to get that stuff in DNA from what I've seen.
To farm for. The stages in Duet Night Abyss are also very easy and get
Borderlands
easier
was
the
good,
more built your characters are. They're also co-opable, which means infinite grindable fun before, during, and after you hit the club. However, despite everything in Duet Night Abyss being collectible and players being satisfied with the time spent to unlock something, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are quite a few things for Duet Night Abyss to improve on for the player experience, and one of the more controversial ones is combat, which in my personal opinion, as a Warframe veteran, I feel like it's actually fine, but if we look at the greater gaming industry, it's just fine.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said when I made that video, man. It's not a bad game. It's just mid, right? It's just okay. But like, okay is not enough sometimes, is it really? And just because you take a bad monetization system out of a game, it doesn't take an okay game and make it a good game. So I say, I have no hate towards DNA, I don't. I just think it was the most overgassed game of 2025. I really do.
Compared with Warframe, a conceptually
Division 2 grind is rough.
DNA
can be, yeah.
Short. Warframe has 4 core frame
I
abilities,
don't mind it so much though.
More from other systems.
But you do have to accept sometimes, right? There is objectively like kind of crappy grinding games sometimes, but if you enjoy the gameplay loop, it can ease that grind, can't it? But you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
While Duet Night Abyss only has 2 core abilities per character, plus
the game is definitely made for morons. I wouldn't say that.
Stems from the game being made for mobile to try and keep things simple. But it really hurts the game on a fundamental level because it takes away from the identity and replayability of every single character. Not to mention, it copied many character kits straight out of Warframe, but did them a little bit worse.
Yeah.
Oh, you like?
Obviously, I can't attest to this, but I've seen so many Warframe players saying like this isn't just like inspired, but this is literally a 1-for-1. It's a 1-for-1 character copyright, and it's a Temu version basically.
Here, try Fantasio. Oh, you like Mesa? Well, they didn't just take Mesa's kit, they also took her assets. You're a Hydroid main? Well, maybe don't play that one in this game actually. If we compare the movement in this game to Warframe, it feels worse as well. And I don't think anyone was contesting.
I don't know. I don't know if they were contesting that Warframe has better movement. Yeah, that's a fair point. But lots of people were acting like the movement is really good and it's somehow like something to really praise in DNA. I don't think it was, man. It was just, again, it was there, right? It was just okay. It was pretty janky and floaty and yeah, man, it it was just all right. Like,
between copies of Warframe characters, the mobile UI,
we were
and the
grinding,
Gmon system, it's really hard to pinpoint what the target audience of this game actually is. And one of the biggest issues Duet Knight Abyss
that's a good point, actually, because it's true, right? Because it's like, I think it does appeal to Warframe players because it's got the it's fucking anime Warframe, right? It just is. So, of course, it's going to appeal to Warframe players. Then, now, because they've took the gacha away and they've switched the game, at least on the mobile, it's not necessarily going to appeal to the mobile gamers because there's a lot of grinding. And as I say, I don't know, for you people out there who are mobile, I couldn't sit there and grind a game like this. Now, someone like CZN or, someone that's just a bit easier to interact with on the phone, I could. But even then, I can only play a game on phone for like maybe an hour or two and I'm like, yeah, I'm done now. It's like, it feels like, I don't know. It's not an enjoyable experience, really. I'd rather just sit down into a computer and play on a computer. Maybe I'm thinking about getting a decent sized tablet in the next couple of months. So maybe I'll change my opinion then if it's just I don't know, man. I feel like it's like an ADHD thing. It makes me feel like when I'm a kid and I was getting my hair cut and I'm just like, I start feeling all fidgety. I don't know what it is. I just can't sit and game on mobile for long periods of time, especially a game like this. So it's like, then you think, well, it's the PC audience. But then when you compare it to a lot of other games, like, yeah, it's like, what has it got over other games that have grinding elements to them? I don't know if it just shines in any one particular area, personally.
It's exactly that. Who even is its competitor? And who is its target audience? It looked like it was trying to compete in the anime mobile space with Genshin, Wuthering Waves, Endfield, and more. But if you ask
of course there's plenty of grinding games on mobile, but I'm like, it's usually in the form of like click and play or simple visual style stuff or stuff that just works on that. Like, Arknights works perfectly on phone, right? It's actually a game that is, for me, when I play Arknights on phone, it feels totally fine because it works, right? The game is designed in such a way that CZN, another example, games like Silver and Blood, these sort of like, I guess simplistic visual games that have sort of, not to put them down, because obviously Arknights can be a very difficult game, but simplistic inputs, right? They've got simplistic inputs, right? You know what I mean? It's either play CCR, click a thing, it's turn-based, it's AFK, it's not fucking, oh shit, I'm dodging, whipping and weaving and shooting stuff where, like, again, I know there's people who play games like that on mobile, but personally for me, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I just, doing that for hours on end, yeah, I don't know.
Like Duet Knight Abyss, a lot of them are gonna say no, because a lot of people play gacha games for the convenience of spending as little time on a game as possible. Something that I don't think I'll personally ever understand, but I respect the commitment. Duet Knight Abyss requires a lot of time doing the same missions over and over, using the same characters over and over with very little variation. The combat is not complex like Wuwa, and does not have elemental reactions like Genshin.
Where's the darkness?
Instead of fighting one
I think
to three
you might want to look forward to is Unending Dawn.
You fight hundreds, so mechanics like those don't really work as well. Trying to compare Duet Knight Abyss combat to Wuwa and ZZZ is like comparing a wet napkin to a hydrogen baby. The puzzles in DNA are often simple and the combat is floaty. I mean, you can literally fly through the air by shooting your gun. I've come to learn in my
That's another thing, actually. The ADS, I think that's probably for mobile as well, right? But I don't like it. I don't like, because you ADS when you fire, right? I remember when I first started playing again, even though I'd played I'd played it previously. When I first started playing the game again, I was like, oh shit, I forgot you've got your attack on one click, on one mouse button, and you aim and shoot on the other. You can't ADS and fire, right? Which I suppose is fine, but I don't know, as somebody who plays a lot of shooters, just feels weird.
Game that it's the complete opposite of what many gacha players want out of a game, and for that reason, my audience in particular doesn't really vibe with it, which is fine, because if I really cared about pleasing my audience, I'd probably still be making like Genshin Impact videos or something. Ultimately, Duet Knight Abyss is about the characters, just like gacha games, but the characters aren't as interesting to play with due to their lack of abilities and the lack of complexity in combat. But personally, I think that's actually okay, because whether the developers knew it or not, the actual audience for Duet Knight Abyss is Warframe and Western MMO-like players. A lot of people are worried about Duet Knight Abyss taking inspiration from Warframe, but remember, competition is always good for the consumer, because it means both sides have to work harder to be better than the other. People keep starting wars over which...
I've got no issue at all with them, like, copying a lot of stuff from Warframe. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm just the type of person, I believe, I am cool with games, looking into the game's homework, but if you're going to do it, improve on it. You know what I mean? Like, you look at, all right, we're going to rip these gameplay systems. Okay, let's jazz them up, man. You know, let's put some bells on it. Let's put some whistles on it. Let's amp it up a little bit. And again, I haven't played Warframe for years, right? But I have played it, but it's been years, like when it first came out, right? And just from the little time I played on that, and I didn't get into Warframe either, just thinking back, it's been a long time. It was just like, yeah, it didn't feel like in terms of gameplay or combat that it made any major improvements. And that game's old as well, right?
Games are better all the time, and I'm just over here like, wow, 2 cakes. But DNA's developmental identity crisis.
Wait a minute. He ripped that line from that other dude's video, didn't he?
Has
You know, the
definitely
Warframe
hurt
guy.
it quite a bit.
The game was initially teased for the first time to be an anime mobile game with Souls-like and Code Vein vibes. And then, when the beta actually released, it shared a lot
Wait,
of
did
similarity.
Was it really promoted as that initially? Souls-like and Cold Vein? I suppose when I think of the early footage we saw, it did look a little bit more grimmer, grittier, I guess, but yeah, I never thought Souls-like with this game at all, ever.
To Genshin Impact with the character's abilities, designs, the world, and the gameplay loop.
Another beta later, and they've added this system called Geniemon with a catch gauge that looks exactly like Palworld. When it was first being developed, Duet Night Abyss's team didn't know what the game was actually supposed to be, which is why it's had its hand in so many cookie jars. But since all of the time given to it was split so many ways, Duet Night Abyss does a lot of things subpar compared
Bro, these motherfuckers got their feet in there too, face in there, everything right. You know what I mean? These are trying to crawl in that shit. They ain't just got their hands in there.
the other games. Because they pivoted so many times from so many different ideas, they weren't able to really min-max on the one concept or two concepts that they wanted to do exceptionally well. Another way to put it is this: if you spend a month trying to learn 10 instruments rather than just one, you may come out a more versatile player, and you might—
I suppose it's the kind of thing that go, like, you know, what Tolbaru said, right? And it's, you know, it's a statement as old as time, right? If you try and please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. Now, I'm not saying this game doesn't please anybody, because that's silly, because it obviously does, right? There's people who like this game, but I think it is one of those games, it's attempted to do potentially maybe so many generic copies of other stuff that it hasn't been able to excel in something that it's, you know, that's its thing, that it's its identity. It's like, oh, do a bit of that, we'll 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 do a bit of that, do a bit of that, do a bit of that, do a bit of that. And that's all good. You got a lot of stuff that you might be all right at, but you're not going to be excelling in that one specific thing, are you?
even be pretty decent at all 10 of the instruments, but you could never be as good as the player who spent the whole
1292 is coming
month
out at the end of
focusing
January.
all of that time and effort into the one
You never got that vibe?
instrument.
Yeah, me
And
either.
who's
I
gonna
never
get
got
the
that
job
vibe.
At the end of the day, it's gonna be the guy who sounds better on the one spot they need filled. The person who learns 10 instruments is probably a good musician, but why would someone choose something that's just good over—
Unless it's like some 12-year-old Asian lad, and then, or Chinese lad, should I say, and then he's probably just better than on all the things, on all the instruments. You spent all your time, I'm going to be better than him on the piano because he's doing them all, and then bro comes in and just annihilates you on every single one anyway.
something great. Duet Night Abyss's systems were not exceptionally well executed from launch. Don't get me wrong, the game is very fun, and in my opinion, it's quite good, but many of its core gameplay systems still need a little bit of refinement. For example, the die system in Duet Night Abyss is a great concept that is executed in an unfriendly way for players. Essentially, anytime you want to dye a skin, you need to pull on the gacha to get a currency that allows you to buy the colored dyes, or you can just spend money buying them in the shop, but each dye is one-time use.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Warframe system, you
Hate
can
that shit.
permanently purchase—
It's not like that's unique to this game. Lots of games do that, right? One-time use dies fucking suck.
color palettes, but the actual dyeing costs nothing. You can change your colors whenever you want. If we look at the ranged weapon system in Duet Night Abyss, there's no aim down sights option, only shoot. Shooting and aiming down sights are one and the same in the game, and that lack of a separate option was likely a compromise that was made for mobile, but makes the game feel a bit worse to play. If we look at multiplayer in the overworld, it's almost exclusively reserved to this one specific spot in town. If you're going to allow other players to be seen, you shouldn't limit it to this small zone with no obvious boundaries. The world would be far more alive if you could see players everywhere. I thought that was kind of the point of like an open
Bro,
world
every time I
zone.
see this
You also
character,
can't really do
people
much
playing
without—
that character, it just looks so unfun to me. That one character, you know, the chick with the guns. So many times I've looked into people's gameplay and they're just standing there just like, boo, 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 boo. It's just like, these does not look fun.
Other players in this mode yet, so it feels half-baked, even though it's a great concept. If we look at the microtransaction shop, I'm going to be totally honest. There's not enough to buy, which sounds crazy, right? But really, if we want to customize our characters, it'll take a lot more than a Christmas virgin killer. A lot of players are willing to spend money on things other than the gacha, and they need other options. I also wouldn't have a problem with cool cosmetics being earnable in game too, but I've resigned myself to that not being a thing in most free-to-play games. In the midst of all of these downsides of the game, I do think that
the thing is, if you're basing your entire monetary system around cosmetics, you've got to limit your free cosmetics more than maybe potentially if it wasn't, right? There's a reason why you get less free characters in gacha games, where you might potentially get access to skins in some games, because the character's the main selling point, right, over skins. Now, some games manage to find a balance here and there, right? Well, yeah, I wouldn't expect too many free skins. Maybe you'll get them here and there. Who knows? Potentially ones that you can grind towards for each character, maybe. But yeah, I do like that this game launched with not enough monetization, right? Which is like you said, is a wild thing to say. And the way they did it as well, right? The character that got a skin was a character that like you couldn't unlock straight away unless you spent. So it was like, a lot of people wasn't going to probably be spending day one because they were having to unlock the character and then start gambling for the skin, right? So, yeah, it was like a weird way they did that. I think they shot themselves in the foot. But again, I do, looking at some of the images I've seen for 1.1, maybe there'll be a ton more. It's bound to be right, because if there's not, like, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I ain't saying this game won't carry on, right? I'm not saying it's going to EOS. I'm not that guy, right? But I've said before, man, I was saying in my comments on my last video, man, because somebody tried to say to me, Waldy's comment, you know, dude said, you can't compare the gacha in Endfield to Genshin, right? And Wuthering Waves, because this came out in 2025, where that came out in 2020, and 2022 for Star Rail or whatever it was, and 2024 for Wuthering Waves. That's like trying to compare the graphics on a game from 2025 to 2020. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's monetization systems have got nothing to do with graphics, bro. A game, just because it's newer, doesn't have a better monetization system, right? It's like, what are we saying here?
The MTX shop's existence is fine, though. The game is completely free to play, and
that means it, man. Every game that comes out now is just going to get better and better monetized. If anything, it's like it's the reverse, right? You know what I mean? It's the reverse. Like, monetization in video games, as I think it's fair to say, it's got worse, right? Remember when the world lost its mind over horse armor, right? So, like, this idea that newer stuff must be better, it's like, that it's a perfect, you can compare a game's monetization from 10 years ago. You can't, he was trying to say you should be comparing Enfield to DNA. It's like, bro, one's not even a gacha game. Well, it's got skin gacha, but like, and then he was saying, well, Ananta and Where Winds Meet. It's like, we don't even know how Ananta's being monetized. What are we going to compare it with a game that's not out? That's mental.
And weapons to pay to win. It's a completely solo experience with co-op options. There's no weirdos gatekeeping content against lower level players and non-spenders, because everything can be earned. And even if somebody spends $1,000 to get everything in the game, so what? It doesn't affect you at all. If this were an MMO like Tower of Fantasy or Star Resonance, it'd be problematic, but it's not. And what's the benefit of spending? You don't have to play the game? Okay, then just don't play the game. Anyways, that was a bit of a tangent, but for some reason, MMO players need to be explained to why pay-for-power MTX shops
exactly
are
the target, right?
Games, but not the multiplayer ones. As for farming missions, the missions
to be fair,
drop.
He kept going on. I was like, you're being a bit disingenuous. And he was like, no, you're being disingenuous to my comments. I ended up calling him a dotard. I don't know why I pulled that one out. And then he was like, I've got no issues with Pixel. I'm disappointed now. I was just like, oh, dude's trying to pull the disappointed mom on me, man. I feel bad now.
Different materials and barely ever cross over each other.
I was going to be sassy and say, like, well, you can't compare December's Pixel with Summer's Pixel. That's just not fair, right? But then I thought, nah, I I'll leave it. I won't be too sassy, so I was just like, sorry, Papa.
Materials like Lunocoins are required far too much to be locked behind a defense mission and one other content that people only do like 3 times a week. Make them drop sparingly from other missions too. Make it a passive gain or make it drop from specific enemies. I think this system is a result of them switching from the Gacha model, and if they had more time, I really feel like this would have been fleshed out more to not have specific drops be so exclusive to each individual mission. If we look at the amount of...
Again, even though I haven't played too much of the game, right, I do think the way the game some of its design functionality still has gacha hangovers, right? Which, like I say, might change in the coming patches.
Content in the game, there's a lot, but there's not a lot of challenging content. The content that you can play is more or less like Warframes, but with fewer tile sets. And the missions are faster on average, at least in my experience. There's an endgame floor climb and a roguelike, so 2 endgame modes, but both of them are exceptionally easy, with the roguelike's difficulty just being really low, even with full multipliers. And
I remember when everybody got on MTash as well for saying the game's too easy. I remember when everybody was getting on him. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of reasons sometimes to jump on MTash for saying stuff, because, like, dude, he's the guy that does play a game for 5 minutes and goes, nah, it sucks. Hey, I did say the story sucked on this after 2 hours, which people said he got a lot better, but that first 2 hours did suck. But, yeah, like, with this as well, you're removing gacha, right? So there's no reason for it not to have difficult endgame, or at least challenging endgame, right? Unless it is because you're specifically easing it for the mobile base, where I think with a game like this, because there's no gacha now, they really should tailor the way the content works from mobile to PC, in my opinion. The PC experience shouldn't be made super easy and simple because they need to make sure that people don't want to smash the phone up on mobile because they're just going to be limited in what they can do because of the device itself. It's a weird one, right? Because the gacha's gone now, so there's no excuse of, well, endgame can be used as a tool to make people pull. You've got to be careful with currency being attached to endgame, because if you make it too hard and there's currency, people get mad that they can't access that currency. So, like, you do have to kind of balance things a little bit with endgame in a gacha game, don't you? But now gacha's gone, the endgame in this can be scaled to actually be genuinely worth getting into, right, and being a challenge for people as well.
The floor climb just being DPS checks without real mechanics. A lot of people
really wanted his ass being beaten in the tutorial.
Right. Enemies in this game barely do any damage to you, and they don't do a ton of damage to you in Warframe either, for comparison's sake, at least in most missions. But I could go AFK in most missions in Duet Night Abyss for minutes at a time and not go down, which is crazy to me.
Is that true?
Now, in Gacha games,
is it like that? Okay, that's kind of crazy.
Not have mechanics.
Like, I remember everybody saying, like, oh, you know, it's because of the mob design, and that is true. When you're playing a game when you got lots of mobs, there should be somewhat farmable, right? But being able to go AFK like that and just getting jumped and coming back from making a cup of tea and be like, yeah, I'm still good.
Or execution. Because if they do that, then people won't have an incentive to spend. The higher skill expression takes you, the less money people will spend to skip skill expression. But since this game isn't a gacha, it has the opportunity to add bosses with mechanics that are actually punishing to the point of a wipe. Because the game is all about your investment and skill.
Man, I wouldn't even go as far as just as a wipe, man. Like, that's one thing that I really am a fan of with Arknights, right? And a lot of other gacha games are afraid to do this. It's either static difficulty or this sort of difficulty where, oh, maybe dying once is like, people are like, oh, it's actually difficult. I died once. Like, you know, give me some Arknights difficulty sometimes. Where it's like, bro, you know, man, this took me a fucking day. You know what I mean? I failed this boss for like 6 hours straight or something like that. Like, give some content like that as well. Not frustratingly difficult because it's just dumb difficulty, but actual genuine difficulty where it's like, if you ain't on it, you're getting your cheeks spread. You know what I mean?
More content in general would be great, and more challenging content like co-op and single-player raid bosses with raid mechanics would really elevate this game to be far more than it currently is.
Even though
so at this point in the video, you may have noticed a theme, but if I haven't made it clear enough yet, this is it. Duet Night Abyss
Warframe doesn't do much damage until you start playing without DR. Steel Path can two-tap you,
okay. As a unique game, and a lot of its systems are functional and good, but could be far better if they had taken more time. And let's be honest, in 2025, if a game releases that's not better in one aspect than every other game on the market, it's seen as complete garbage. There is very little nuance to people's opinions online. The game is either exceptionally good or it is dog shit, and there is...
I think the thing is, though, I said this in a response to one of the comments on my video yesterday. When you go down a cosmetic route, right, you have to be a good game. There's very few mid success. Now, there might be games you don't like, but I mean games that are very well received. There's very few very well received games that are cosmetic based, right? They're usually really good games, or they just have a crazy fan base, right? You might not like them yourself, but there's an audience for them, right? In the gacha space, because of the way gacha works and the way the games are designed, right, there's a lot of mid and somewhat dog shit games in this space that make shit tons of money, right? Because of the way they're monetized. People are willing to accept a lot less, I think, because specifically the way they're designed. And if you cater into mobile, you can get away, I think, with some things that you maybe can't get away with when you're not. But I think once you get down the cosmetic route, because you are relying wholly on goodwill, really, right? You are. It's goodwill. The game has to be that good that it makes people want to spend, because there's no reason to spend, right? There is no reason to spend whatsoever if all purchases are cosmetic. At that point, then, when it becomes cosmetic, it's either stuff looks so good that you desire it so much, or you're doing it as like as a gift to the company. Man, this game's so good, I just want to spend a bit of money on it. You know what I mean? Like, and I've done that with games. You know, there's been plenty of games I've done that with, like Valorant and stuff. Like, there's been skins that I've desperately wanted because I'm a loser. But then there's been, I'm happy to buy stuff in the game because it's like, man, I've dumped a lot of time into this game. But yeah, I think, yeah, man, you've either got to have a massive audience or an insanely dedicated audience, haven't you? And I don't know if you're going to get that through cosmetics. I say, again, I don't want DNA to fail. I want DNA to do really well, actually, even though it's not for me, personally, right? I want it to do well because if DNA can do really good, it'll show other developers out there who are in the gacha space maybe to think, actually, maybe there is a different way to do things, and we can potentially see an evolution in the anime action space of going towards potentially more player-friendly stuff that's incredibly profitable as well, and then that'll then push them to make even better games also. So, like, I'm not out here hoping for the downfall of this game at all. I want this game to be hyper-successful because I think it'll benefit the space overall and other games will follow, right? I just don't think it's going to be, man. And that doesn't mean it's a bad game. There's lots of games that have failed, right, that have been good games. But, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see over the next few months. You know, obviously we're never going to know the true numbers, but it'll be really interesting to see how they do. And again, I hope they do well.
In between. And the fact that it feels unfinished.
There's no scam bigger than Valo skins. They're fucking expensive, man.
Definitely held it back a lot. And even that wasn't well optimized. The mobile version had so many issues. In my opinion, if you're a game developer, it is really important to make the game at its maximum potential. You should never bring a game's development down to the mobile level. You should aim to bring mobile's development up to the other platforms.
And as well, I also think there's enough of these games now are making enough, and I get it, some people play across mobile and what's it, but if you're playing across both, you've got the option to do it on both. I think these games make enough money now where they can potentially have, you know, for certain stuff, development in tandem, right, where they don't do that. Like, you're not going to potentially be able to do certain things on mobile, or stuff is just not going to look anywhere near the same. We're not going to drag the PC port down. We're just going to say, you know what? Those visual things in the game, they're just not happening in this game. The world design's going to maybe be slightly different. Now, that might cause a divide and create issues, yeah. But, you know, I think we're starting to see more gacha games anyway. Definitely look at PC as a viable market for making money as well, aren't we? You know, because I look at, like, Wuthering Waves. I think Wuthering Waves is a perfect example of that's a gacha game that just happens to be on mobile, and it's still making bank. And I think it's probably making like 70% of its money from the PC and console base now, right? Probably, I wouldn't even be surprised if, like, obviously I've got nothing to back this up, but I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if like 30% of Wuthering Waves revenue comes from mobile. So I think most people just play. We're on PC and console now. You know what I mean? And I'd like to see that happen a little bit more, because I think people who don't play mobile now are a lot more willing to accept what it is, right? You can call gacha shit, right? It is predatory. But I think people are willing to accept it now. They've grew up with it, right? Gone on the days where people freaked out about a £1.50 MTX in a game when microtransactions were microtransactions. Those days are just gone now, man. Look how much money people are spending Call of Duty after spending 50 quid on it. You know, box price games sell battle passes and skins and like weapons and back then loot boxes as well. So yeah, you know, I think there's plenty of money to be made in the PC/console market in gachas, right?
That's what allows a game the greatest room to grow, and I can't help but wonder if Duet Night Abyss should have been a console and PC release instead of a mobile release. I'm sorry, mobile players, that's just kind of how I feel, but that's a bit of a tangent though. After seeing the Duet Night Abyss version 1.1 teaser, I really think that 1.1 was meant to be the real release of the game, but they had to push the game out sooner for some reason. I mean, have you seen what's been cooking?
It looks
like an entire graphical overhaul and a whole new region with 5 new characters. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the version they wanted to release, but they just couldn't get it done in time. But I actually have a lot of faith in Duet Night Abyss for that exact reason. There's more issues than I listed in this video, but all of the ones that I listed are fixable with development time, even though many of those have been strongly inspired by other games, if I can even use the word inspired here. Duet Night Abyss is very clearly inspired by a ton of other games, but that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you need a blueprint to make the next big thing. I mean, look at Genshin Impact. That game was largely inspired by...
It ain't even just about that. Yo, if a game does something good, yeah, and you can put it in your game and make it better, fucking do it. I just want good games. Honestly, I'll get some people talk about plagiarism and also tweak it so it's not... Well, at the end of the day, look, we know what they're doing. We know they're copying. But whatever. I just want better stuff, right? End of the day. You know, I'm not here to be crying for these corporations maybe losing out on a few billion a year or a few million a year because another company's done something similar. Yeah, man. If you can take something from another game and just make it better, just fucking do it, man.
Breath of the Wild and also took cutscene and ability inspiration from other games.
I'm a selfish consumer from that point of view.
Despite that, with time, it very much developed.
There's limits, of course. There's limits to doing stuff.
It's not even comparable to Breath of the Wild outside of the run around to open chest part. Many games out of China do blatantly rip off of other games, but if the games survive, they usually can carve out their own identity. The bones of Duet Night Abyss are very solid. They just need more time to realize their full potential, much like Cyberpunk 2077 and Wuthering Waves, which many people swore were terrible games until some systems were fixed and optimizations were made.
I don't think that's a fair comparison, personally. I don't think that's a fair comparison. Like, Cyberpunk was broken on launch. Now, for me on a 4090, I didn't have too many issues. There was some bugs. It wasn't as good as they'd hyped it up that it was potentially going to be, right? Because The Witcher was such a... Witcher 3 was so fucking good that people just expected that level of world building. Even though, like, Cyberpunk's world building is pretty good, but it wasn't that next step for me, right? Now, the game has improved massively since launch, and apparently the DLC is amazing. I've had it on my fucking Steam account now for ages, and I've still yet to play it, which I need to get around to playing it. But for me, Cyberpunk was a broken game that had some issues, but I think at its core, it was still a pretty good game, especially gameplay-wise, right? It was just the expectation was so high, and they did oversell it, that it under-delivered in a sense. But I don't think that's the game's fault. If the game just came out, you wouldn't think, well, this is just a mid-game. And Wuthering Waves as well. Wuthering Waves has had a kind of weak story and a buggy launch. Gameplay-wise, though, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's a fair comparison, because for me, DNA's gameplay is kind of mid. Wuthering Waves' gameplay isn't mid. There's a lot of things to critique on Wuthering Waves. I don't think the gameplay is mid, personally. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I wouldn't make that comparison, I get what he's saying. Like, the game can improve, right? And there is a lot of games out there, people are like, yeah, game's done, and they do manage to fix up. It's hard, and a lot of games fail because first impressions are a major point, right? Yeah, man, the gameplay in this game, I think, is one, it's a sort of a one-for-one copy of another game, but a worse version of it, and it's just kind of average, which average is fine, But for me, Wuthering Waves took a lot of stuff from Genshin, but the combat's just fundamentally different, right? And it's actually really good as well. The game, of course, needs improvements, and from fucking 1.0, it needed a lot of improvements. But yeah, I think looking at the combat, I think both of those two games have great combat. DNA's, I don't know, it's all right. It's all right.
MMO releases
Yo, what's up,
like
Lance?
this too, where the game lacks content or has unpolished systems, and over time they get better. Hell, FF14 had an entire remake of the game before it became what people...
Actually, one of the most insane gaming turnarounds, right? They made a game and then were like, yeah, fuck, we got to kill this. And there's a reason why it's called A Realm Reborn. They made it canon, right? And became one of the most critically acclaimed MMOs. And it's a great game. You know, look at No Man's Sky. That was overpromised, underdelivered. Man, look at it now. That's a game that's just caught W's ever since its launch, right, and just improved upon its baseline, so it's possible.
New and love. And though I've been super critical of Duet Night Abyss in this video, there are some things that it does exceptionally well, though some folks online would rather die than admit it. The story of Duet Night Abyss, though it's slow at the start, is very compelling. Act 2 and Act 3 in particular are done incredibly well, with Act 2 reminding me of a lot of different Final Fantasy stories. Act 3 is its own self-contained opera tragedy, and it's got some amazing twists and turns, with a closing number that I put on my YouTube music playlist.
I do really need to carry on with the story, man. It just got filtered so hard by that first 2 hours. It was fucking diabolical, but so many people just keep saying the same thing that it gets really good.
Right away. Oh, and the music in Duet Night Abyss is phenomenal. It's a genuine work of art. You can tell that a lot of heart and soul was put into the soundtrack for this game, and as a musician, it gives me a ton of faith in Pan Studio. After all, any game studio that cares enough to curate the music to this level,
if I remember correctly, no.
Even people who hate the game agree it's outstanding, to the point where even classically trained
Me too.
has to care about making an amazing game. And looking at social media,
it was
the devs are quick to respond about bugs, patches, and improving
Some people might say the same about Endfield, though.
Compare the Duet Night Abyss of today to the
gameplay carries Endfield for me.
It's just not a fair comparison. I think that we should hold new games to higher standards than older games, don't get me wrong, but Warframe has had over 10 years of live service development to add new content, polish the game, and make it the great version it is today. I was there at Warframe's launch. The game was hollow and it crashed every 30 seconds. Duet Night Abyss feels unfinished too, but should the developers...
I agree with that. Right, the game has got its a life cycle behind it, right? But also, the game's, what, 12 years older? When did Warframe come out now? Was it 2012, 2013, something like that? So, you can say, all right, it hasn't got all that wealth of content and polish and development. True. Facts. But then you can also argue, yeah, it's a decade later, right? So, I'm not saying there shouldn't been issues. There shouldn't have been issues, because obviously the game's just come out. But still, there's a lot of things that should have been learned from that. If you were copying the homework that much, then you should have been making sure you were fixing the spelling mistakes as well, right? You know, if you're copying your mate's homework at school and bro's illiterate, right? Then, you know, if you're literally copying it one for one and thinking you're getting an A star, you know, it's like, you know, at some point then I'm gonna be like, all right, bro, you can't use that as an excuse now if you ask me.
Continue to care about the game. I can see Duet Night Abyss improving massively over time, just like Warframe
I mean, that's fair.
Just like Wuthering Waves did, and just like so many other games that had rough launches did, as long as the studios cared about the game being good. Also, for all the criticisms I've had in this video, it's not like the game is even bad. It's actually quite good. It's a completely free-to-play game that allows you to collect and build characters like a gacha while having the gameplay loop of a more Western game release. It allows players to play how they want on their own time, and in that way, it's far more respectful of players than many newer released games. It's one of the few games I can log on to nowadays and not instantly feel some sort of stress or FOMO on. It's a game that gives you the delayed gratification of spending the time to earn what you want and then use what you've earned to conquer the game and its other systems, or even flex in social zones once they expand that bit. I've played for hundreds of hours now, and I've been enjoying the grind, progression, characters, combat, music, and story. Everyone I know that's played Warframe has actually loved Duet Night Abyss, despite the movement and gunplay not feeling as good as Warframe's, because the game is just pretty dang good. But why settle for good when games could be great? Hopefully Duet Night Abyss improves over the next few patches, because I think that this game could really
yeah, she's just like Phoebe. If they just I think the funny thing is though, this game came out after Wuat, but that character was revealed before Phoebe was even her thing. So you can't help but look at it and go, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Their own identity, maximizing it, and paving their own path to this game's greatness. So long as they stay focused on creating the best game that they possibly can, and so long as they find themselves, this game has the potential to be incredible down the line. Thanks for watching.
I don't know about that. Maybe I'm biased, right? Again, there's things I accept in Endfield, right, because I really like the game. So, of course, you know, and especially if you're a Warframe fan, I can understand liking this game. Because in a sense, it's more Warframe, right? It might not be as good as Warframe. I don't know. I'm not a Warframe player. But it's, you know, it's more of something you like, right? Which, if you like something, more of it's always good, right? So, yeah. But, I don't know. I don't know if it's, I'll have to wait and see. I'll have to see 1.1, man. Let's see what 1.1 brings. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be good. You know? If it was busy copying their homework, copy the corrections too. Right, that's what I'm saying. But that still doesn't excuse a rush launch, yeah. Never forget the crystal of Celasora. I'm gonna, Alex. I'm gonna try Warframe, actually. I'm gonna play him. Like I say, I played it when it first came out. I just never got into it. But it wasn't because the game was bad, in my opinion, or I didn't like it. I was just playing other games at the time, and because it didn't hook me straight away, I was like, yeah, you know, got other stuff to play. But at the minute, I'm like, I think I should give it a whirl. I'm going to play more DNA, because I want to get through, because if 1.1 looks good, I want to try it out. So, but I do want to get to this peak in the story, because I think it's only fair, because I did shit on the start of the story, which I think was deserved. But I want to see where it gets to. And then I want to have a bit of a comparison, so when I go and play Warframe, I can be like, oh, okay, I can see, you know, I can see all of this sort of stuff now. You know, so, yeah. All right, should we play some Endfield, guys? Play some Endfield. Play some Endfield, lads. Play some Endfield. Let's do it. Get rid music. Understandable, I was like that too. To try and check Warframe. Yeah, man, I just hear good things about it. I rarely hear anybody saying, yeah, you don't want to play Warframe, game sucks. Like, you know, I've heard people who play Warframe saying, yeah, it might not be for everybody. But, yeah, I rarely hear
Arknights.
Anything other than positive stuff. Like Warframe, but their grind wasn't real. Yeah, I was going to say, I know it's a grindy game. Like I say, I don't mind grinding games, but I need to enjoy the grind. I'm not one of those people that can grind for the sake of grinding. That's why, like, with Wuthering Waves, like, I used to hate echo grinding because it just wasn't enjoyable. And I know they've made improvements, right? But I don't care what anybody says. There's no way people could dress up to me to make out that building echoes in Wuthering Waves was anything but a chore and a frustrating one at that. You know what I mean? And I know that wasn't a grind like a proper grind, right? It's not, you know, there's a lot of that space in the bullshit RNG, which makes you go back to stuff, but it's not the same grind. Yeah, it was an unfun grind. So I say, man, a grind has to be fun, man. Do you know what I mean? A grind has to be fun. I don't mind repeating something over and over again if that loop itself's fun. So I think too many games use that as an excuse, don't they? And too many players let that excuse slide. Well, it's grind. You know, I've actually heard people say that. It's not exactly supposed to be fun. You're grinding. It's like, what? Why am I wasting my time then, bro? I'll jerk off or something, you know what I mean? We're optimizing the factory. We need to. I want to crack on with some stuff that's going to get us leveled up though today, because we need to, because of the event starting tomorrow, which I'm probably not going to be leveled in time for. But I want to try. So we're going to continue doing some missions, and then because I might double dip tonight, and I might double dip tomorrow. So I think we'll maybe do Which way am I going now? Because I can't go that way, can I? Because I need to level up. We got here. The track mission. What's my track mission? Follow the mysterious voice. Alright, let's have a look at our, what it says. Get all our bits and pieces out where then, shall we? These are my dailies. Need to go, buy and sell some shit as well. I want to try and maybe do some team building as well. Okay. We got any pools? We've got actually, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, let's use my one more. I might as well just use them because what we saving them for? Nothing. Might as well just burn them, haven't we? We may as well have just burned them. Let's get ourselves up to a 10 pull and then we'll do it. Alright. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here and then let's have a look at our missions. Have a look at our missions. Also, Arknights maintenance. Yeah, that's why I decided to play this today. I was planning to play Arknights today, but it's down for a couple of hours, right? So I was like, yeah, I might as well just play some Endfield, man. Excuse to get some more stuff done as well. Plus, I want to play the game also. Alright, then what we got then? Beyond the world is plans. Go to the marked location and complete the trial to upgrade the exploration level. Yeah, let's go do that then. Yeah, let's actually go do that first, and then we'll do some of these other bits and pieces then. Alright, where's it? Where's it up? Getting some frame drops in. Alright, let's go. Building pity, right? Ooh, stuff to blow up there. Ooh, piece of candy. Sort of piece of candy, chat. Gotta get the candy.
Some orleans suddenly
oh, shh.
Why?
Son of a bitch.
Can it be some form of energy-based repulsion?
Oh, from this right out. Oh man, see, this is shit I love. These secret explorations. Hey Kiari, welcome to the stream. Got mated, right? Mated. Oh, fuck, where's that? That's all over there. I feel like I've got to go get that now. I feel like I've got to go get that now, chat. Yeah, we're going to have to go get that. Chat, we got to go get it. We gotta go get it. We gotta go get it. I can't help it. We gotta go get it. We gotta go get it. Where is it? Let's put a marker down for it. Oh, it's just to add. Right. Okay. Let's go.
Stay alert.
What are we doing? We just playing a bit of Endfield, trying to get leveled up a little bit. We're gonna bash through some missions, bro. I just got distracted. Got magpied. So I'm gonna go. Where do I get this from? Is it up top? Geez, yeah, it's above me, right? How the fuck do I get up there, though? Another way up over there. There's an elevator. Oh, it's right here. I'm blind. I didn't even see that. Is that what fucking elevator? What is bro on about? Just wall running.
Focus on the battle. I shall provide cover and fire.
Man, how much damage and crit we doing now with that weapon?
A definitive outcome.
Well, it's not, but you know.
Strong teamwork.
Everyone has been.
Gimme. God, I think I am going blind, you know. I'm telling you. It's finally happening. I don't think I can get over there, can I? No, fuck. Alright. Alright, let's go do this puzzle then. And then go do the mission. Get our level up. You know what would be funny in the Game Awards? They would announce a beta for PS5 instead of the actual Endfield release. Don't say that. Shit, where was it now? It was over here. Yeah, I wonder if they are announcing something at the Game Awards. Something's happening tomorrow. Obviously, I know we've got the events starting. But, that, like they said, they've got a surprise for us. What's the surprise? You know what I mean? What's the surprise? I'm not going to lie, Enfield is not a fun game to watch, at least for me. It feels much more fun to play. That's fair. Some games are like that. Like ZZZ's like that for me. Like, I love to play ZZZ, but it's just not an enjoyable game to watch. I can understand that. A collab with Enfield, surprise. I do actually find Enfield enjoyable to watch, personally, but I've not been watching much of it because obviously I want to get to the stuff in the Okay, alright. Let's hit this mission up then.
Art unit optimal.
All variables within estimates.
Follow the mysterious voice. Alright, let's just get rid of these first.
Commence sail 7. Annihilate. Responded, lady.
New knowledge gained.
Gained. 12F is the main character. He is. Just imagine if they did announce a collaboration before the game was even out.
From the storms, it came.
Like, I'm thinking it's got to be release date, right? Or potentially open beta, or they're just announcing game rewards. Oh fuck, I wasn't looking. Too bad. As soon as I looked at the chat, you little bitch.
I pray that the land accepts you all.
Bro.
I knew we could do it.
I have to fight these first. Yeah, me too. I just want the release date now.
To serenity they shall return.
Oh, you reckon the Destiny collaboration? It comes to fruition in the in Enfield. Destiny 2 in Arknights 2. Recommended operator level 50. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can do it at where we're at now.
Are you ready?
Might be a struggle.
The
We'll see.
wildlands are filled with danger.
The old mission calls anew. Stand
I love Anal. I love Anton. Antel's the final boss for dyslexics.
Target locked. Fire.
Perfect as this win. flash, extract.
Rolling thunder. She got raging wind and rolling thunder. I think that's just a euphemism that she's got an upset stomach and she's ripping dirty ass farts. Some will be loud and some will be stinky. I've got specifically what is oh, there's no actually. Let's double check that. Not at me, buddy.
Like a flash, it struck.
Yo, I need to show you guys something. You've probably seen it. It's oh, man, I'm getting clapped.
Steady your breathing.
All that to do heal a decent amount, don't they? Tell we're a little bit under-leveled for this, but it's alright, we're alright, we're alright. I'm thinking this is the last wave, yeah? Oh shit.
I shall sweep the rest.
You've shown you remain fit to carry this incomplete mission.
Okay, boss. Let's go. Yeah, the dollies are great, aren't they? The dollies are great. Let me show you something. You've probably seen it, but I saw it last night and I was like, what the fuck? Where is he?
Something dangerous is up ahead. We better be fully prepared. 你体内原石有扩。
Hold up. Okay. Let me show you this chat. Let me show you this. It finally shows your feet. Arknights crossover HSL would be nice. I would like logos to be there as well. You saw this, bro? I seen this last night and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" So I wanted to show you guys. All right, it's titled "Stop Doing Your Dog Lapland." Okay, can already see where this is going. All right, boys. Let me show you.
你体内原石有扩散迹象，建议封闭治疗。
没事没事，我都习惯了。
生理期的话，会加重病情。
德克萨斯做得到吗？
エラー発生。好疼。
跟了你这么久，
那双眼睛，毋庸置疑。查罗，
我发现你每个月都有几天变弱呀，尤其是今天。
可恶！现在疼得完全动不了。先把这波攻势顶过去，我才是狼之主。
结束这场争斗吧！胜负已分。
这就是节目吗？
争取
拉普兰德吗？打扰了。
CN man be like, yo, most random shit, but I think what the fuck? I can't subscribe to these because if they're bringing over Billy content like that, holy cow, bro. The animation was kind of went hard though, right? The animation was kind of went hard, man. Oh, it was great. It was great. I just want to show you guys that anyway. I saw that last night. I was like, yo, I need to show these like this tomorrow, man. They need to see, like, what the fuck? Okay. Okay, wait, what we do now then? We need to reach authority level 36. All right, let's do some missions then. Let's get some of these missions out the way then, shall we? Should we go do some Etch Space salvage? Should we go check this out? Complete this mission to unlock the game Etch Space salvage. Let's do it then, because this is the quote-unquote, like, endgame that we've got at the moment, right? Some people are saying you couldn't really class it as endgame. It's all we've kind of got in that regard, though. So let's go and see if it's actually decent, shall we? All right, let's do it. Where are we going to? Head to the Jiang and talk to Aquito. Let's go. Well, let's do it. It actually went there, yeah. Made Lapland look even weirder. That's my wife right there, man, you know. Endfield Limbers collab. Ooh, that kind of would go hard though, man. So imagine them this time, because we had AK characters in Limbers. The Limbers characters came into Endfield this time, you know what I mean? That'd be kind of sick. We turned into an endgame, but in its current state, it's more of a demo than anything else. Yeah, and I'm cool with that, because I like the premise. Like I say, I've tried not to watch too much because I wanted to experience it, but I know the premise. And the premise for me sounds super interesting, has a lot of potential. It's just whether they've executed it well, right? And obviously, for me personally as well, it needs other stuff around it as well, if it is going to be endgame type content. No anomalous readings, energy activity, fits model, good. Good. Now it's time to test the... Hello. Hold on. Let me jot down these numbers first. Quito, Senior Originium Physicist. As you can see, I'm conducting research work right now. Didn't expect Dijiang to have a protocol space. The main protocol Originium structure of Dijiang recently exhibited an unexpected jolt of activation. Shortly afterwards, one of our operators found this portal. Given our current observations, we have given this protocol space a temporary name, Valley's Aberrance. Aberrance? Many of the things within it might look similar to those in the real world, but they are wholly different as well. The readings we're getting from it are extremely interesting. As of now, we have discovered at least 30 signal patterns never recorded before. So it's this like a little pocket universe. And this is exactly why I invited you here. We need an explorer to investigate this, and none is more suitable than you. That's very straightforward. None of our scouting drones made it back. Interference is just too strong. It's a protocol space after all. And due to this very reason, the General Technological Committee has determined that he's most likely to pose a safety hazard to the Dijiang. Now, given your intimate connection to Protocol Originium, your involvement might be the safest option available to us. Time to dive in and see what's what. Thank you for your understanding. Don't worry, I'll be right here monitoring the status of the Valley's aberrance. If things get too hot, I'll execute an emergency bootloader and extract you from the protocol space. So why don't we get started right now? Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Endfield crisis team, ready for action.
Remember, no operator is going to equip any tacticals when exploring. Oh, okay. What's all right, because we got some heals, so... Okay, oh, interesting. Okay. Enfield son of... Kind of, yeah. Kind of. Fuck off. Bots, man. This is why I only use Twitch for literally downloading videos. There's a couple of comments. All of them are bots, I think, from one person asking about drops. Signal transmission nominal. Video feed reception looks good. Enmin, how are you feeling? This place looks quite familiar. Manifestations of Valley's aberrance can be anything, actually. They might be things that you're familiar with. Remember, it doesn't matter what they turn into. The contents of the protocol space can be rather deceptive. Guido? We have some signal interference. Depth readings are getting unstable. This also happened when we were using the exploration drones. The aether is affecting the place. There should be nodular matter nearby. They should look like big, conspicuous, rocky crystals. Okay. I mean, try to gather some and bring it back to me. They're really helpful for my analysis. Alright, let's get some of that then. I'll look around here first. Interesting. Many precipitation crystals exist in Valley's aberrance. Smash the crystal to expose its core and interact with it to get the precipitation nodules. Activating the precipitation nodule raises derangement. When derangement hits the limit, the team will be forcibly extracted from the... Oh, okay, so we have to collect these to get out. Precipitation nodules found during exploration are stored in the isolation container. The isolation container has a limited capacity and cannot hold more precipitation nodules when full. Right, okay.
Only by walking upon the land.
Is there other stuff to collect as well, though?
Appreciate every breath and pulse of life.
Okay. Depth changes are increasing in magnitude in the... Okay, she's just chatting to me. Keep advancing. Right, so we need 300. The lack of music's eerie. There are many enemies in the Valley's aberrance. Derangement will continuously increase during battle. Oh, interesting. Double team, bitch. Or double catch, should I say? Basically, the way we're doing thing, you do exploration and then collect loot and extract. Why does Weir have something like that at the minute, does he? Could the key target be found in our last exploration attempt? Last exploration attempt as well ahead. Never seen anything like this in real space. Local energy flow doesn't look very normal. This, I believe, will be an excellent observation sample. But there's also an obstacle nearby. Interfering with our observation drone, we can't get close enough to make an analytical scan. They also happen to be blocked by the wall. There are energy reactions nearby that exhibit similar signal patterns. They look like a potential lead. I don't know what they would be manifested as. It can be anything from inanimate objects to active entities. I'll plot out a route for you. Help me investigate the suspicious objects nearby. Okay. Interesting, interesting.
I sense danger. Stay safe, team.
I shall come back covered by him.
Target locked.
15 minutes for lazy. Lazy. Do you want me silly and throw a 10 bull in? I really don't have many balls, but I'm really tempted to get him out. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like, though, the idea of this has real potential for this to be like a gameplay heavy thing with like a lot of, if designed well, like I'm only going off of what I'm doing here, has the potential to have some maybe replayability and looking at the way the environments are designed, they could potentially flip stuff around for stuff to have a total different look, you know what I mean? Be careful or you'll get there. Believe in yourself. Just be lucky, right? That was another comment that I seen on yesterday's video. Somebody was like, they were equating that we was better because it was the gacha system, because like you could get lucky on Wiwa and get the character and the weapon early. Look, we can do that on Endfield as well. He was like, you have to get you have to go to 120. And I was like, you don't. And he was like, well, if you want to get the weapon as well, and he was like, just be lucky then, man. Your club was just like, just be lucky. And I was like, right. I was like, if you're lucky on one game and not on another, that sounds like a you issue, bro.
Smells like a coward's piss.
Did he say it smells like a coward's piss? Damn, bro. You been sniffing?
Stay alert. This hostile poses significant
okay.
threat.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Let's start breaking.
Really, he's like kind of like he's like an extraction mode, right? Man, this would be kind of cool if it had PvP with limited teams, maybe. I don't like the idea of that.
Wherever we breakers go, the blood shall flow.
Yeah, bro, you're just creepy. Okay.
How rough. Direction set.
You can't escape this. I shall sweep my
New knowledge gained.
Such as
This
the
team
way
actually kind of bumps now, to be fair. PvP again, yeah, right. They'd have to. I'd want it to be slightly limited though, so because obviously you just get bodied if you was up against people who had like pot 6 characters across the board, right, or all the new units and stuff. So the energy reaction has disappeared. But it's the problem with PvP and gacha games. You know they're never going to truly limit it. So yeah, or even if like it was like, I don't know, like potentially races to get stuff. But even then, like, I suppose stronger people would be able to do stuff quicker. I don't know. I'd just like something where you could do something like that. I think it'd be kind of fun. I think it's just because I really enjoy PvP games. So I like it when PvP's added into stuff. But it's just, when it comes to gacha games, you just gotta, yeah, I don't think anybody's really managed to do it right. You know what I mean? Because they can't help themselves as use it as a way to encourage people to spend rather than just having a community aspect to the game. Because if you got PvP and you can be like, well, if we put them up against people who batter them now, then what they're going to want to do, they're going to want to spend. So, yeah, it's a risky one. Fine, when it comes to the protocol spaces, your intuitions have proven to be accurate. The wall is weaker now, so that probably worked, but I don't think it's touching it is enough. Well, the rest of the energy reactions, I'm not sure, but we're getting really close to our derangement limit. Our top priority now is to get you out of the valley's aberrance. Head back, I mean, we'll need to reorganize our exploration plan. Okay. Interesting, the way it's got a countdown as well. Okay. Precipitation nodules and precipitation manifests acquired during exploration are shown here. Precipitation nodules will be auto-converted to a certain amount of aurelian crystals, while precipitation manifests will be stored in the valuables stash. Okay. Well, yeah. That's why, like, for me, if you have it in, you'd have to have, like, no copies, dupes are not on, but even then, or just have rosters of characters. So, like, when you went into it, right, it was like, you know where you have supports in Arknights? You go in, and your team gets cleared. You don't get to use your team. You go in, and there's a roster of characters that rotates every now and again to kind of add, like, a change, a switching meta and stuff. And there's a selection of characters. Everybody gets to pick from those pool of characters. They're all max level, and they all have the signature weapon. And that's it. Nobody's got an advantage. Every single person's geared exactly the same. Their stats are the same. Everything's the same. Right, it's all just about team choice and obviously skill and knowledge of the map and just being more efficient and stuff. But I just, even Hypergryph, right, I just don't know if a gacha game would do that. I don't know if that, because it's going to be something that's actively going to take a lot of development, a lot of server you know, usage, and it's not potentially really going to benefit them, right? Do you know what I mean, money wise? So how did that feel, Enmin? Interference is too strong. Our instruments picked up new energy changes shortly after you dove in. Some basic regions shifted as well. I believe the valley's aberrance is adapting to your presence. Very interesting. This is a phenomenon that I've never seen before. They still managed to kick me out. The material samples you collected might turn that around. I plan to compare them against their real-world counterparts and analyze their unique properties. Next, this particular device can maintain a comm channel in more dangerous depths. It'll extend your exploration dive. You can do that. Of course, that is the work of the best minds in protocol space research. The engineering division spared no expenses to move it from planet side. I can see HC do co-op stuff, but to imagine them actually... Yeah, it's just something that I like the look of. Oh, Leo, what's up, dude? Not much of a PvP, but if Hypergryph can make something like Icebreaker Game into Endfield, it would be really cool. Yeah, I'll be down for something like that. It's a lot of investment into it and don't even know if players will like it. Exactly. Yeah, like, when you think about it from the business side, it makes less sense, right? But obviously, like, that's just somebody who enjoys PvP, right? And loves extraction modes. I'd love to have something like this in this. Well, you guys are right. View commissions and exploration support tech. Go to the commissions and exploration support tech to accept and complete various edge-based salvage commissions. Click here to select research commission to complete. Okay. Complete these to increase the arrangement limit. Acquire and submit orally in crystal. Okay, cool. Okay, so we've got little missions then. Extends the time limit of valley aberrance exploration attempts. This lets us view the currently unlocked exploration tech support tech. Okay. Collect aberrant zone 1 and submit classified Angelos rot reed. Collect aberrant zone 1 and submit classified meat packing plant. Acquire and submit oraline crystal. Let's do that. Statue of big. Let's do. Let's do this one first. So we need to what? Get a classified Angelos rot. Can we do? Can you have both at the same time? No, you can only have one at the same time. All right, let's do the first one first. Then. So we need to get a classified Angelos rot reed and a meat packing plant and acquire oraline crystal. Okay. Several data properties have been identified. Excellent. I'll start adjusting device parameters. See our first dive proved to be quite successful. We can talk about our overall plan. Need me to collect more samples. Precipitation modules are extremely valuable for research. I have plenty of parameters. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, a little bit of a techno bubble. Collecting precipitation nodules and completing missions will contribute towards our research. Of course, you'll be compensated for your efforts. Getting compensated aboard the Zhejiang. Yeah, I ain't doing it pro bono. Give me stuff. It's very reasonable exchange of resources. After all, your involvement just saved this project a lot of money. In any case, let's tally the results of this exploration dive. View operation metrics. Ooh. Oh, nice. Okay. So they're tying currency to this then. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Yeah. I'm cool with that. Operation metric quantified. As you can see, there's a huge amount of work ahead of us. What's our next goal? I need an extended stable scan. Okay. Gotta eliminate the wall, it seems. Let's do it. Let's go get the wall. Find more energy reaction sites. Use them as keys to take down the obstacles and get close enough to our key targets. Agreed. Let's get started.
Endfield crisis team, ready.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's have a look at book. Get keys. Complete quests. Get the fuck out. We gotta get this door down right. What's that over there? On top. Okay. We got some verticality going on as well, right? Ooh. See, the way these maps are designed as well, this looks very much like they've modularized things as well. So I feel like we could get some easy rotation of map design here, at least for this urban stuff, because it clearly looks like they've dropped a bunch of like assets around to create the map. So yeah, it looks like that might be a good thing. Imagine Helldivers 2X raid for co-op. Stable protocol amount limit legit gives me the limit for randoms in AK. Do you want to... I'll have a look first, and you can if you want. You can only target one quest, but you can complete progress all at the same time. It looks like it. It looks like it. Oh no, I didn't know it's NPCs a Sancta. Yeah, it's a tad difficult to see earlier. Oh, we're Quito, yeah? Common channel established. Need some visual data. We've got more enemies. Perhaps their activities in the place have exerted some influence. That is also within our expectations. Our next objective is to eliminate the previous encountered obstacle and approach the key target. The scanning data is correct. We should find an energy reaction site nearby, similar to the one we found before. Gotta find them all. Hope we have enough time. Let's do it then. Exploration support tech should be working right now. We should be able to stay inside for a while longer. Okay, nevertheless, we should keep an eye on changes or derangement levels. I also have the emergency evac program ready at all times. So we build derangement from fighting enemies, yeah. So sometimes avoiding enemies might be a positive thing, right? And especially, I should imagine the longer the fight is, the more derangement, right? That's it for the sit rep. Let's not waste time and begin our formal exploration efforts. Alright, let's go. As you unlock new regions in the game, maybe more edge space will have newer zones. Yeah, yeah. Derangement naturally increases with time while exploring. When the derangement limit is reached, the team will forcibly extracted. Okay. Safe zones can be found in Valley Aberrants. They can be identified with their yellow lighting effects. Derangement will stop increasing when... okay. Valley's Aberrants comprise multiple areas. Derangement increases at different rates in different areas. Okay, interesting. Derangements tend to increase faster when exploring later areas. Okay. While exploring the Valley's Aberrants, see screen to see the commissions available. Already set it as a target. I need to set this one as a target. I'm sure I can build towards that one as well, though. Find and collect the keys for the sealed gate. Okay. Do that then. So, okay, so we're in the safe area now, so it doesn't build up.
Every breath and pulse of life.
What's that? Heals. We've got a map. Time to build pity. AK servers open. Let me know where your pools go, lads. Let me know where your pools go. Yeah, you can see, like, see what I mean about the assets, like. Okay. Didn't mean to accidentally start the fight there. Drop to 10, didn't get shot, you're gonna install. Base, double aim, yeah. Crash game.
New knowledge gained.
The bounties of the land.
It literally goes up. Okay. The acceleration's level 1. We've got to get this open then. Okay, is he telling me to go left? He's right. Go this way then. You got rid of 4. Listen to this geezer here.
Mr. Dolly.
4 fucking single pulls. Yeah, he's just took all our luck, guys. He's just took all our luck. We're cooked. We're cooked, boys. Back it up. Log out. Wait for the next banner. It's over.
All variables within estimate. I shall sweep the rest. Don't stop. Keep moving.
That's not fucking dodge that.
Sterilize this area.
Hook, lads.
I shall sweep the rest.
I mean, Crush. Lift and Crush. Is it good against these guys? Yeah, the shield guys. Lots of dollies.
Circuit amplified.
Like a flash, it struck.
Man, we're halfway there. Okay, this is a key, yeah. I kind of want to explore, but we really need to try and get this other key, don't we? I don't think we're going to have time. But it's below me.
What's that sound?
Oh, nice. Why did you go down?
I sense danger.
I've got no bombs. I'm gonna fight you. Alright, I don't know if I'm gonna have time for this, man. Ah, it's close! Pretty close! Yo, what's up? Oh, no, this is it. Oh, that pauses it, yeah? Does that pause it? Oh, have I got to get 3? Yeah, I ain't got time. I'm cooked. Oh, nah. Oh, there's 4! Are you shitting me, bro? Oh, let's have a look, Bill. We ain't got time. Zip line. Am I going? When's another place to go to, is there? I've got to set the other zip line up or something. So, question. You know when I get sucked out of here now, when I come back in, have the keys that I've done, does that count towards, or does it reset? Have I got to go back in and do the 4 again? Man, there's 4. Yeah, there's no way I was doing that. Any progress I'm already saying? Oh, okay. So, okay, cool. All right, then, cool. So I've only got to go and get the other 2 then. Ready to start exploring. Climb that. Nice. Which is the screen I go into to like, climb my commissions. Oh, is it in here? Okay, cool. Just got this one left. I need to get what? The rot reed. Okay. Need to get a big foul and a rot reed and they're done, yeah. Alright, let's keep this as a target. That's cool then. So the track even when they're not set. Nice, I like that. I like that. Okay. Saves you finding stuff, but because the quest isn't activated, like, yeah, because that's a bitch sometimes. Especially in extraction games.
Let me see.
Okay. I like the idea of this. I think this has a lot of potential, actually. I think this has a lot of potential. They could really build on this. Yeah, I was gonna say I ain't got many myself, man.
Elite hostile unit detected.
Okay, so whereabouts are they then?
If it helps with survival, bring it. Fine vision you have. Yes, it's right there.
You try and activate all these. Bro, I did not think I'd have a PvE extraction mode in Endfield before GTA 6. What the fuck? How do I get across there then?
What's that sound? Run away.
Yeah, I'll run away, bro. Did you say we're getting buggered? What am I seeing? Oh shit, there's loads of here. Mask fragment.
Verify and report personal status, team.
Give me that, please. Okay. Yeah, these are... Is it no joke to get? Not in terms of like difficulty, just in terms of how far you gotta go in. Man, some of these could actually go quite deep when you think about it. If they made the levels quite big and the keys like spread out or far in kind of thing, you know what I mean? Or just numerous.
The bounties of the land.
They're aura farming. Take that up, please. I don't know if you're gonna make this. We're over halfway. Holy shit, there's loads under here. I don't know if I can get to this via this way. No, I can't. I've got to go back up.
All variables within estimates.
Don't want to fight, bro. Don't want to fight. I have no beef. There's a hole in the wall.
What?
Don't mind me. Wait. I've got to go up and around. Wait, which way am I going? I think I'm going the wrong way.
Dangerous is up ahead. We better be fully prepared.
Oh, shit. Okay. Nah, I think I've come the wrong way, right? I don't think I wanted to come on.
Something ain't right. Hear that sound? Creature civilization.
How do I get in there then? Oh, actually, maybe I do, because that stretches off. Shit, okay.
Something ain't right.
I don't think I'm going to do it in time anyway.
All variables within estimates.
Holy shit. Oh, am I going to have time? I don't know if I'm going to have time.
Sterilize this area.
Lads, I think I might have just run out of time. Like by seconds.
Stop. Keep moving.
From the storms, it came.
No! Bro! So close! No! No! Oh, shit. We're so close. At least we know where it is, though, now. At least we know where it is. Fuck. This place gets confusing if you run it over and over. You'll eventually get familiar with the place. Let me just see what you guys are saying here. As long as I don't do fog of war, I'm good with anything get lower highlights. My personal take is that Hypergryph's got a really good baseline for a roguelike with these. Give us a blanket base that can only be built with resources from expeditions. Yeah, I'll be cool with that as well, yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Because that'd be another extra little way of like implementing a little, I don't know if people are like that, like a little sub base there that could farm some other materials in a way, you know, like kind of having like a GPU farm, a Bitcoin farm in Escape from Tarkov or something. Biggs, don't look in general chat, you're going to be really upset. Let's have a look at this. What the Ban him. Ban him, chat. Yeah. Chase him out. That's fair play, though. Fair play. Fair play. Respect it. Respect it. Totally not jealous. Totally not jealous. Right, so we need to get a mass fragment, detonation unit fragment, and some Aurelian crystal. Okay. Right, we still need to get this last one. Right, let's go get it. Let's go get it. We know where it is now, so...
Do what you must,
let's go. Let's go. The Burrow invasions from RA. Tourists get a lot of use too. I don't know quite what that is because I haven't played RA, yeah. Give me the lowdown easy. What do you mean by that? Guys, as well, fan already. Drop a like on stream. It's much appreciated. I think we're going to stream again later. I think we're going to play some more Endfield. I'm going to play some more Endfield, boys.
Stay alert. This hostile poses significant threat.
Arknights tomorrow, yeah. You reckon? Because I'm thinking we might watch the Game Awards. Would you guys be down? I think maybe we stream some Arknights of the day. Up on Endfield of the evening. And maybe watch the Game Awards. Alright, it's like enemy forces that make their way towards your base to destroy it. Ah, okay. Yeah, something like that kind of would work as well, actually. Nice. What's behind door number 1? So, how many of these environments is there at the minute? Is there just this one? Or is there multiple? I'm assuming there's probably just one, right? This seems quite experimental. I like the baseline in these. I might have to make a video on this because, like I say, obviously I knew about this mod, but this is I tried not to watch footage of it. I saw a little bit of Tabaru playing it, but yeah. I was literally I checked in on his stream. I think as I was getting up, so I think he'd been on all night or something. Yeah, I like this. I like the idea of this. I think this has a lot of potential. Looking at how this is now, I think it's probably safe to say I don't think this is going to be the only endgame, if you could even call this endgame at the minute. I suppose you could actually. For the launch. I think there'll be something else, personally. I do like these, because this is a sort of gameplay loop that I could get into. They've got a lot of potential to build on this vertically and horizontally in terms of like gameplay systems and mechanics and such, like, you know what I mean? There's like a lot, like on multiple layers as well, not just in the combat, the environment, mechanics to do within the stage, like you say, that sort of base stuff as well, and that, like you talking about invasions and stuff like that as well, like that actually like is I guess the more management side of it as well.
This hostile poses significant threat.
But I think this will be one of those things that'll like be an ongoing thing that'll get adapted. Well, I hope so anyway. Made to backpack space, okay.
Yeah.
You can fight them before they reach your base. To get rid of them, you can build up your base and your defenses to deal with them. Also, there's sessions too, so if you can't do it in your first run, you can do it from the second Reclamation or Algorithm 2. I think it's going to be hard to see if they'll just have this as endgame. I think there will be more as time passes, yeah. Maybe different versions of Expansion, maybe a Terror Defense only game mode. So Annihilation counterpart. Yeah, like, this could, like, offer that role, couldn't it, do you reckon? Where you use these for, like, your monthly balls and such. Or your weeklies. Oh, big boy.
Victory electrified.
Like a flash, it struck.
Oh shit! You've got that up.
Outstanding technique.
Rolls aggro with those attacks, isn't he? Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay, that was cool. Oh fuck!
I shall sweep them.
We are united as one. A
Oh, he got me there. Oh, bro! Oh my god, he clapped me twice. Are you kidding me? I swear I dodged that. I'm starving of SP at the minute, man. I'm struggling to stop his onslaught. Like he's you know, his interruptables. Okay, that was cool. That was fun.
Hardship to grow.
Shit, I need to empty my backpack. Some of my stuff out my backpack. Oh, can I? Oh fuck! I need to get rid of something. There we go. Hey, give me that. So yeah, they've definitely used a very modular system here. This is going to be easy for them to adjust these urban designs, because like literally they're using stuff. You can see reuse assets here, which is totally fine because it allows them to recreate map space quickly. We finally had a chance to scan it. Hold on, I'm organising our data right now. This thing looks quite familiar to me. Really, that might explain a few things. After all, you were the one who knew most about the secrets of protocol space. Data received, we can wait. Wait, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Chat, what's happening? What is it? No, it's nothing. I'm safe, but something weird just happened outside. Come back quickly, Admin. You must take a look at this. Is the warp breaking into real space? Can I just leave? Or oh, they retreat. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do that. Should I just let myself?
Something ain't right.
I don't know.
I got something you want to.
I'm in the flow. All variables within estimates.
Can I retreat with no restrictions?
No hardship will stop us.
Mission complete.
Engaging.
Might as well just get some extras while I'm here, actually. Okay.
How rough.
Verify and report personal status, team.
From the storms, it came. Perfect is
Direction set.
We responded. Commence L7. Annihilation.
Hit him with the girder. Hit him with the girder.
Be gentle, Mr. Jolly.
rolling thunder. I can use the rest.
Fully and
A definitive.
Yeah, man, this mode's got some interesting design fundamentals. I like this. Something different, right? In terms of like I suppose the 3D space a little. To be fair, Zenless does some really good stuff, but it feels quite interesting. Somebody said there's something like this in Woower now, right? Is there something like this in Woower at the minute? Two seconds, chat. I just check my emails a second. I'm just checking my emails. Ground of Aces. What the fuck is that? I don't know. No thanks. No thanks. Alright, sorry. I'm thinking this is seasonal update. With every patch comes a new arena. Yeah, that could make sense. That could make sense. Sense, definitely. Did the portal change its looks? It looks like the key target. Well, this has never happened before. Securing your assistance in our exploration efforts proves to be the correct choice. Thankfully, the device isn't too affected. After cursory analysis, we believe it still has the ability to maintain an interspatial comm channel. Some of the data still match. I can even say that certain pieces of identifiable data become more stable. I'll adjust the parameters and continue to record the readings from this portal. So do we keep exploring it? It's even responding to energy inputs. Does that mean... apologies. Yes, of course. And please look around the known zones more carefully. I speculate that they have underwent a few changes. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, see, this could be like a seasonal thing, like every patch. Have you got any idea of... has there been any clues to how long patch length is going to be in this? I haven't heard anything, but have you guys?
I'll shut him into the subject this time.
Okay, so what's left on this one? Classified meat packing plant and tartar. We've got this one as well. Okay. Okie dokie. What's this? Severe energy alluvium. After defeating enemies of a severe energy alluvium, spend sanity to acquire more essences. Every alluvium site provides essences with a specific range of stats. Yeah, we know this. Challenging severe pre-engraving essences. Stats narrow down the right. Use pre-engraving essence stats to narrow down the range of weapon essence stats acquired. Engraving permits must be spent in order to perform the pre-engraving. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, we'll maybe do some essence stuff in a bit. Oh, is this our okay. So what, there's 5,000 horrible to get out of you. I would say this is sort of your equivalent to Annihilation then, yeah, in terms of reward, what you're going to be using it to do, right? It's 100 gig on PS5. Holy shit. What the fuck? Why is it so big? I understand on optimization in betas and stuff in you got the PS5 to install right now, it's 35 gig. Oh, really? Haram to say, holy shit. You just said it too. We're both Haram. I'm gonna say, man. I'll be fucking... Check Endfield DMs. Fuck me. Yeah, I was gonna say, man. Damn. So yeah, then. So looking at this, the way this is set up, I think this is going to be like our Annihilation, yeah. So it might change, or they might just start stacking on more locations and maybe have a rotation thing. I do think this has potential to be built on more, though. This really has the potential to be built on more than what it is. So, so we've got no proper endgame in this, then, have we? We've got no proper endgame, have we? FYI, PS5 reserves a lot of space for download plus install. Maybe people have set the reserve space. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It came from your sources. Interesting then. Okay. I quite like this. I quite like it. What's happened? I want a screenshot. What's this? Oh, they deleted their account. Deleted the Twitter. And there we go. Yeah, okay. Once we start calling for the deaths of creators to uphold the women needs to be saved from Hoyo agenda, you just make the whole community look awful. So as a WoA player gone mental, shock horror. What the fuck? There you go, bro. This thing won't happen in the first place if Box didn't send killing cat eagles to talk shit on Twitter. I hope everyone that likes your tweet realises you're so deep in the gacha wars that you would defend someone calling for the death of a creator just because they're on the wrong side of the fence. And then you fall for a bit. You're defending someone who literally went, we kill cats and tried to assassinate CIOs, but you were mean and that's worse. Wait a minute. Box didn't say that, did he? Box just said that both communities can be pieces of shit, didn't he? I'm sure he did. Okay. Hold up. What's this here? 19 hours ago. In light of recent controversies, I will give my first serious take on both Hoyo/Woowa communities, the bad things. Woowa community, hypersensitive to anything bad said about the game. Facts. I like the game. I think the game is great and it deserves to win Mobile Game of the Year. But man, Woowa Twitter is absolutely obnoxious. I don't know what else is involved in the Mobile Game of the Year, so I don't know if that's true. But yeah, alright, cool. Hoyo community, bad thing. More parasocial and cringe. These characters are not real, bro. We also need to stop voting for Genshin to win 50 extra pre-mons. They are scamming you. Shoot. What's about for gacha games in general, right? What? So is this what they were saying to Cat then spread from this? Understand that most of the time the Woowa community's criticism is disingenuous. Do you really think the cries for over-sexualization, slop, no combat, death, character copies of X-Hoyo game, gathering wise, a faking AI pics is just to say Kuro used AI or using low-quality Android graphics to say Woowa's game quality is bad or normal criticisms? Meanwhile, the Hoyo community does the previous things, plus harassing VAs. Man, this is so weird, innit? Why are the communities so weird? This is what I say about the fucking Wuthering Waves community sometimes. Like, all of those things, right, are idiotic, and that happens. But I think the thing with me, why I find the Woowa community sometimes so, like, sad, is because they do maybe not the same, right? Not the same. And I'm not equating some of the stuff that's happened in the past to some stuff that's happening now. They're all idiotic, right? But the Woowa community acts like the shit don't stink. I think that's what gets me. That's what gets me to think, stop playing. Like, alright, whatever. Criticise wild acts in other communities, but stop pretending that you're walking around smelling the roses when the community's insane sometimes. Do you know what I mean? It's not the Hoyo community, it's the Genshin community, or rather people who only mostly play Genshin's easy fan base is closer to being friends with. So, has this all come from, because that one person said they'd spent an hour creating 50 emails, right, to vote for the Game Awards, which, if it's true, that's pretty sad. You could spend better time of your life than doing that. Just to make it so we were done. But I don't know if that was like a rage bait tweet or what. So he said that 19 hours ago, right? Yeah, right, buddy. Of course, the Woowa community starting to get hypersensitive about slander of the game. See, this is slander of the game. So they always do this, right? This here, right, is fair. Like, what's this here? Chills down spine, most regenerates the new character realization from the game using it. See, we don't know if this is a case. One thing I will add though, right? Kuro are using AI. And I don't know if it's for this specific thing, but I know for a fact they're using AI. If you Google VizViz or VizViz, right? It's a AI company. And I have no issues with companies using AI. It's how you use it, right? It's how you use it. But if you go to this website, right? Yeah, this is an AI auto skinning kind of thing. Kuro Games use this, right? And if you go down to where is who is using VizVoice, I think it's called, right? Woowa's here as well. Kuro Games. If you actually start to look into like the modeling pipelines and stuff, right? There's like models of Sanhua in here and stuff, right? Which I've got no issue with. Like I said, for me, if AI is it in the pipelines or it's somewhere in here. I think it might be the animation pipelines. It's in here somewhere anyway, right? And you can like you can see them like using Sanhua. But like I've got no issues with companies using AI to make work efficient, right? It's not a big deal, right? Like obviously if you get down the Call of Duty route, it's just like okay, that's slop. But like you know, tweaking work. Got no issues with it. So, like, this idea that people are going mental saying, now, this might be well disingenuous. The person who did the original Pulse, right, is a known beta anyway. So, fair. But, like, talking about slander and saying it's a total, absolute lie that they're involved or use AI, it's obviously not true because you've got literal evidence there. Because I think that company, VizVoice, is owned by Tencent, right? It's a Tencent company. So, like, they literally are working with Kuro. It's used as a poster child right there. So, like, this idea that it's out of this world for it to happen isn't exactly slander. Now, whether or not it was used in character creation, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Wuthering Waves art looks AI generated to me because it's really nice. But, yeah, see what I mean? Like, it always gets to this. Every time you say that the Wuthering Waves community is hypersensitive about the game, then, oh, nah, we just don't like false criticism. And a lot of this did come from, like, I say, like, how Saint Tontas used to say that you've got to come with, like, basically criticisms that are signed by the Wuthering Waves community, really. You know, even when people had subjective takes on Wuthering Waves, this reaction, that was the response that was given by the Wuthering Waves community. Like I say, the idea that who's the worst, whatever. The Genshin community's done some mental stuff over the years. We can all accept that, right? They have. But the Wuthering Waves community acts like the community's not full of weirdos as well. Not all the community, right? We know that. We know that, right? But, like, it's just true. We see it all the time, right? Every community's got crazy people in it. But the idea is there's a lot of people that kind of facilitate the crazy people in the Wuthering Waves space by saying, nah, that's not true. We ain't like them guys. It's like, stop lying. There's mental people in the space, man. It's funny you put this right. And then final take, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Expedition 33, Silsong Dispatch, 17 hours ago, 12 hours ago. Never mind. Fuck you, Wua. The type of bait we were players would fall for. Okay. Okay, yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, okay. I always okay, simplify menial tasks. Yeah. Like, if they're using it to just, like, fully design characters, I'm not cool with that. Like, it's because I want characters that are designed by humans because they just look better. AI characters usually don't look great, right? I'm not saying you can't have some cool-looking stuff with AI. And maybe one day we won't be able to tell the difference and it'll look just as good. But I understand what you're saying, right? But I agree. For me, AI is a cool thing to be used. Finishing touches, you know, like to, oh, this work's going to take 2 weeks for an animator or a rigger or whatever it might be, a skinner, whatever they're doing in the game, and helping make their job a little bit easier. They can use a tool that shortens something that could take 2 weeks into a couple of days. Yeah, man, do it. As long as you're removing that person from this scenario and it's all just auto-generated slop, then yeah. But just looking at that website, the idea that that could never happen, Kuro would never use AI. Fucking hell, most games are using AI to some degree now. However they're using it, who knows, right? But they're either using it for animation rigging, skinning of characters, texture generations, freaking environmental asset generation. Of course they are, right? We just know they are, like, we just know they are. Artwork, Call of Duty, massive AAA game as well, right? You know, some games in writing for NPCs, audio, voice acting, it's being used to a certain degree in probably majority of games you're experiencing now or going to experience in the next couple of years, right? Creating emails requires you to submit a valid phone number, so holy shit, this person must have spent some... Right? That's what I was thinking. I don't know if maybe they just reckon they're just baiting. I think that was probably just a bait, I do. Maybe not, but I feel like it probably was a bait. But yeah. Yeah, agree, Ark. Agree. Yeah. Get around that with stream. Yeah, there's ways to get around it. It's still way too much time than a normal person would spend, right? And they're like the post did say, just to beat Wua. Wasn't even for the free half a pull. Yeah. It's just this idea though that whenever you go. Yeah, that's the one thing that really get really annoyed about is they're hypersensitive about criticisms of the game. That's one thing, and I think it's quite telling. And the reason I think it's quite telling is because, one, I think it hits home because it's kind of true. And two, I think it's because that part of the Wuthering Waves community has based its whole personality off criticising Genshin Impact non-stop since the launch. So when somebody comes along and is critical of Wuthering Waves, I think they project the way they've been acting towards Genshin for the last 12 months. So they get really offended by it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just being like, cool, alright, that's your opinion, sweet. Don't affect me. So they get really angry about it, you know what I mean? I mean, Huyo has been using AI since a while too, like in HSR. We had a bug in the French version that literally proved it was ChatGPT. Yeah, I'm sure Huyo are using AI. It don't bother me that Kuro are. I don't give a fuck, honestly. As I say, if it become obvious that the game was just becoming AI slop, then it'd be a problem, right? But it's not. Like, even if they did use it in some parts of touching up artwork where there was mistakes, because I'm sure companies probably do that. I'm okay with that as well. You know, but people went mental over that accusation. Again, I do believe the accusation came from somebody who wasn't a valid source. They're known for like being a beta in that regard, aren't they? Like I'm sure it was Steam Bonex, yeah. And he changed his name to Steam Tontas. You know what bro's doing. So like, I don't know why people got so mad about it anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah. Alright. Alright, let's do the Aberrant Exploration 2. I'll tell you what, we'll come back to that in a minute. I do want to grind some of that, but do we build up XP levels as well when we're doing that also, chat? I'm assuming so, right? I'm thinking probably, yeah? Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, so we get some on top from doing this stuff as well then. Oh, nice. I haven't got the Horrible to switch it over. I'm wondering, I don't know whether to wait till tomorrow in case there's something I can use the Horrible on, because it doesn't matter about spending your Horrible, but I'm just wondering if, like, with this update tomorrow, they drop something that you can use your Horrible on in-game, and I'll be like, fuck, should have kept that. So I kind of want to keep it till tomorrow. Right, let's do some standard pulls. Gamba, boys, Gamba. Yeah, man.
Catch.
You can see what I'm saying, even about like the Woowa community there, because Kat's like a Woowa creator, right? And she's in there just kind of saying, yeah, people have been a bit weird about this. And you got people saying she's looking like a slut. What the fuck?
Catcher. Up.
Heliga. Fuck!
The name's Ardelia, and I'm a geologist from Rhodes Island. My current focus is the correlations between geological disasters and the ether side. I've heard about you for quite a while, Endman, and I have so many questions for you.
Brother, all this bad luck better translate into the game. I'm telling you, I mean, turn into good luck. Because holy shit, bro.
Can I address you as my professor?
I'm gonna have to be... I'm gonna have to become a troll online. Like that dude, right? For fucking Cookie. I'm telling you. Because after I saw his pulls, that's just not fair. Not cool. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. It's not fair. I've got beef now. I've got beef. Right? Oh, shit. You get to join me with a shit look. Oh. I was like, please, Helga. We got search. Should we do, let's do some weapon pulls, fuck it. Come on, let's do it. We've done, so yeah, it's 6, so we need 2 more for the guarantee 6, I think, yeah. Building even more weapon. I do like the weapon designs in this game though. There's some really cool looking weapons, isn't there? Even like the standard ones, they look dope. No, like obviously they might be like trash, like no, but they still look cool. I really do like the design. This should be a 6R, right? Oh my, bro, was that 3? Did I just get 3 6 stars? Is that for everywhere, man? I've just burnt all my launch, look! Oh my days. Brother. It's for Wolfguard, yeah. Boom. That's any dope. 4%, lads. 4%. 4%. So, in war, half the pulls needed to get the character. I've got 3 6-star weapons. I've got the right up as well. Holy shit. Right up and 2 fucking 6 stars as well. Jeez. Lads. Yo. I ain't even got the character though. I ain't even got Serta. I ain't even got Serta, boys. Damn. Screenshot, boys. Screenshot. Holy shit, lads. Let me, actually, you know what? Let me screenshot it right from my PC, actually. Should reply to that dude. No, man. Yo, bro. Just get lucky. Skill issue. It's a skill issue, bro. Game. Holy cow. Shame I ain't gonna get Serta though. Shame I ain't gonna get Serta, but hey, we've got a weapon. We're never gonna see her again, but still. Alright, cool. Might as well get them tickets. See, I've only got 55 pulls. I haven't even got halfway. Man. See, the game just needs to give you more pulls, right? Honestly, the game just needs to give you more pulls. It's a pretty goated system, man. It's pretty goated. Oh, I thought that was... Oh, it is, yeah. Oh, boys. What's going on? Please be at. Yes. Winners win. Winners win. Lads, winners win. As... Yo, cinema. Just get lucky. In Wuthering Waves, you get a weapon and a character in under 100 pulls. Oh, character and 3 weapons. I'll take that instead. Thank you very much. I don't get pity though. Ah, it's trash. It's trash. It's trash, lads. I hope you don't get lazy tomorrow. Shit. Okay. All right, let's go, boys. Fuck yeah. Yeah. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. Oh, fucking buzzing. Last minute. The last minute clutch. The last minute clutch, boys. Ridiculous.
Get a new assignment. Very well balanced.
Put them on him.
Grazie.
We ain't got everywhere, haven't we? Yeah, look at the boys. Look at that. Oh. Let's give it the weapon. Where is he? Where's he, boys? Oh, look at that, lads. Lads. Look at it.
Nice blade.
Oh,
Hope
it looks
can
really
tolerate
good,
the heat
right?
of my fire.
Check general. Shit. Let's go. Remember, guys, not Billy carry over, bad game, right? It's trash. Trash, dude. Alright. I need to build a team round, don't I? I need some more of them, don't I? Shit, we need to get what's it then? Oh, she looks so good, doesn't she? Like, how gorgeous is she as a character, boys? Like, just gotta look at her for a moment, man, and just bask in it, right? Enjoy, you know? These are the times we live for, right? These are the times we live for, right? Oh, you got lazy in a single pool. Oh, let's go. UK's on top today, boys. We don't get it often, but UK's on top today. Let's go. Let's go get some of this, son. Yeah, man. Buzzing. I was like, shit, we ain't getting Serta. I thought, nah, we ain't getting her, man. Oh, lads, all they gotta do is fix the pool currency on launch, and we've got a fire system here. Right? Now, obviously, that was lucky. Right, we just got a character and 3 6-star weapons in the space of what? Well, two weapon pulls and a couple of character pulls. So, like, that was lucky, but still, you know? Can you annex Canada back to Britain rules so I'll get some luck, please? Dude, I burnt all my luck now. I'm kind of nervous now because you know, come launch, that's it. It's all gone. It's all gone. It's all gone, lads. So, what was that? Just so I know now, we're at 5th. Oh, it's reset, right. I should still sit on the dossier though, yeah. So, 57 pools, right? 57 pools and technically 40 weapon pools, but 4 because you can only do them in 10s. So 57 pools, rate up character. Obviously, we want our 50-50, of course. You have to acknowledge that. And 3 6-star weapons, including the rate up as well. I just want to... Dude, my phone's playing up rotten today. I don't know what's the matter with you. Yeah, I'm going to get my dossier. I'm just going to text that to Rosie. Just so I've got it for later. She's going to be like, what the fuck? 57 pulls. Rate up. Operator. And 3 6-star. My phone's knackered. My phone's knackered, man. System UI isn't responding. What is the matter with it, bro? Dude, my phone's so knackered at the minute. Yeah, might as well, haven't we?
Oxy 7 Skirmisher, Fluoride. Got anything to say? No? How about we just call it a day?
How much am I on my phone? Bro, I've lost a 50-50 on my phone.
Catcher.
Sending does say will be automatically converted. Yeah. So that goes into my... Where does that go to then now? Where does it actually go to? Valuable stash. Oh, he's at it there. Okay. So, when the banner drops, do you have to go to your inventory to use it? Then will it kind of work like where, you know, when you select Azam and stuff? Will it kind of work like that, or will it just be there, like on the UI? You know what I mean? You know, you got... What's this here then? That's a... Okay. I'm assuming you'll do that, yeah. Like tickets. Right, okay. Yeah, I need to use my top... I'll delete a ticket as well, don't I? Thank you for reminding me. That's nice, isn't it? I know it's a beta. I'm so happy though. I'm so happy because like I really like this game, right? And one of the things that can really wreck a gacha game is a shit gacha system, of course. All we need now is Hypergryph to come in like the bosses they are, right? And fix this. And fix this pull economy, right? And lads, I think we might have a bit of a banger on our hands. Of course, it could go downhill. I think we might have a bit of a banger on our hands, boys. I think we actually might. I think we actually might, lads. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, boys? I need to get to this sand leaf stuff down so I can make this better gear. I need to make some gear for Serta as well, don't I? Alright, let's go get these shrooms. Yeah, I'm actually interested to see how it works, to be fair, Renegade.
Unlike the Blight and Rifts, Orleans aren't that dangerous.
Make that? No. Yo, bro, I don't know what you say, man. You didn't speak English. Yeah, grats on the pull as well. Easy. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Neither will I.
I hate trouble.
Alright, let's have a look at the
boredom's
second.
worse.
So, someone's a Magnum Fragment, because she's changed now, hasn't she? She's a striker, right? Alright, so, basics. Yeah. Heat damage, deals 18 stagger. Basic performed in midair becomes a dive attack that deals heat damage to nearby enemies. Okay. Basic attack performed near a staggered enemy becomes a finisher that deals massive heat damage and recovers some SP. Okay. Summons a magma fragment to continuously attack enemies and deal heat damage. Hitting the enemy grants 1 stack of melting flame. If Surta already has 4 stacks of melting flame when casting the skill, then consume all. Okay, so if they've got the stacks, casting smoldering fire consumes them. Okay. Pardon me. So by using the skill, we put a stack on them, and once they're at 4 stacks, we consume it. When casting the skill, then consume all stacks and perform 1 additional attack that deals heat damage and forcibly trigger temporary combustion. Oh shit, let me do that. Oh fuck. Yeah. To all enemies in a large area. When the additional attack hits the enemy, restore additional ultimate energy. Battle skill effects are enhanced while Leviathan's ultimate is active. Okay. So smoldering, what bonus do we get from that then?
I hate fools who like to micromanage. Thank goodness you're not one of them.
Battle skill effects are enhanced while Leviathan's ultimate is activated. So is this the additional multiplayer from the ult? Oh no. Ultimate energy gain 100. Ultimate basic attack sequence multiplier 122%. Sequence 235%. Additional attack multiplier 342%. So yeah, this is the ult multiplier, yeah. We get an additional 10 stagger. And combustion duration plus 5 seconds. Okay. Combo trigger. When an enemy suffers combustion or corrosion. Ooh. Can we do a bit of Ardelia Surta action here, can we? Power-ups beneath the feet of the enemy with combustion or corrosion dealing heat damage to them. If the skill hits the enemy, Surta gains 1 stack of melting flame and further gains ultimate energy per heat. Okay, so she should be kind of cool with Ardelia then, yeah? Right?
Let me see. Where should I be gathering my data this time?
When shot with volcanic close enough to a target, the volcanic cloud explodes after short delay, dealing half nature damage and forcibly applying temporary corrosion to the enemy. So off a battle skill. Okay.
I hate
Actually,
trouble.
no, I want her
but
as
boredom's worse.
Actually, what does it?
Whatever comes next better be memorable.
Do what you must, Professor. I'll do everything I can to help.
You remember the Wolf Guard, Ardelia and Akakuri? Yeah. Yeah. What's Wolf Guard's shit now?
Are we setting off now?
Does heat damage final shot also applies heat infliction? Heat target has active combustion or if the target has active combustion, do not apply heat infliction but instead consume the arts reaction. Yeah, okay, cool. How about trigger and arts infliction is applied to the enemy? Possibly applying combustion, okay.
Prepped and primed. Let's hit it, team.
She inflicts...
Whatever comes next better be memorable.
Dagger, doesn't she? Okay. Yeah, it sounds like... I might try that, actually. Yeah. Maybe we do that. She get a bit of SP from her as well, can't we?
Command is yours.
Come on, I might try that, actually.
Let's hit it, team.
Surta, Ardelia, Angelina, and Akakuri is the best combo around her. I only need Gibby now. Okay. Also, tutorial show her with 5 and 4 stars too. Yeah, we'll have a look at those. We'll have a look. Damn. Alright, nice. We got a team. We got a new team, boys. We got a new team. We're gonna try this out then. Dude, her animations look fucking sweet. Oh my days! It's beautiful. It's beautiful, boys. It's bloody lovely. Yeah, she looks good, doesn't she? Oh my days. I'm gonna lose her in the patrons. Gutted. Gutted. Alright, let's
Professor, I'll do.
Looking for me? You finally What's this supposed to mean? Encouragement?
when the controlled operates final strike finisher hits the enemy elevator and onwards, absorbs heat infliction from nearby enemies. Every stack of heat infliction absorbed gives the leviathan one stack of melting flame. Oh, okay, extra stacks. Yeah, we want that, don't we?
How's that for my real power?
Just surgery.
So, how's that for my real power?
Oh my, out of Proto Prisms. Proto Space Skill Up Acquisition Center IC Trading. Okay. Alright. We're gonna have to get some more. We're gonna have to do it in the next stream now, guys. It's 4:15. I do want to get Rosie from work at a decent time today because I want to try and get back tonight to play some more Endfield. So tomorrow we can get back into Arknights and check out the new event. See if it's any good. And maybe we might throw a cheeky 10 pull just to see if we can get some luck. But I think we've probably burnt it all up today. Because I think I am... I don't know, man. I really do like the look of that. But I think I am going to wait for Hoshi. But we'll maybe chuck a 10 in. So, yeah. Guys, I plan to be back later. Don't like, you know, it's not a promise, but I want to. I want to play some more tonight. What level are we at as well? Because we need to get to level 40, don't we? And we are currently level 31. So we're probably not going to be able to start the event tomorrow. So, but that's okay, because we're going to play Arknights in the day anyway. So we can get there. It's going to be running up until, well, the one's going to be running up until the end of the beta, right? So, yeah, we're good. We're good in that regard. So, maybe Saturday for us, potentially. Maybe. So, yeah. I'm going to go get Rosie from work now. Try and get back early. Get my tea. And then get back on and stream some more. And if I don't see you later, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Because we'll be checking out the new event. Maybe a cheeky pull. And maybe do some singles. Do a couple of singles. See if we can get Easy's luck. And, yeah. Go from there. Alright, boys. We might watch the Game Awards as well. We'll see. And hopefully, we get some more Endfield news as well tomorrow. But yeah, guys, if I don't see you later, or I don't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend. Alright. Appreciate you stopping by. I'll catch you all in a bit. Cheerio.